Strong was hired to put the T back in Texas. Strong demands discipline and accountability, and both will be tested today against Dana Holgorsen and his West Virginia Mountaineers. A top 25 player and a player in a November run for the Big 12 title. So sit back, enjoy the game, Texas style. Welcome to the Ford Fox Sports 2 pregame, sponsored by the Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. And from the Big 12, it's 23rd ranked West Virginia against Texas. The Longhorns huddled up, ready to go. New hopes, new direction. Jack, he's Ryan Neese, and a big welcome to Austin. Texas is improving. Their offensive line is gelling. And Ryan, so's that ground game.
Well, last week, they've improved their ground game. They had one of their most impressive ground games all year long versus Texas Tech in that win. They had over 240 yards. They're going to have a big game once again. They have two players that are going to answer that bell. They're going to ring that bell all day long, and Malcolm Brown, who is one of the most physical runners in between the tackles, he will move the pile. And then Jonathan Gray, who injured his Achilles versus West Virginia last year. He is a dynamic running back, and when the ball's in his hands, watch out.
Here's a question. Can West Virginia shake off last week's one-point loss to TCU? I think probably the key is going to be the quarterback, Clint Trickett.
Well, Clint Trickett's been playing at a high level all year long. Last week, he stumbled. And if you got to get your mojo back as a quarterback, you better go to your playmaker at the wide receiver position. Kevin White, one of the best wide receivers in the country. He's physical. He's fast. He is a true playmaker. They got to find a way to get him the ball and get him the ball often today.
Just 6 receptions over the last 2 games for 55 yards and a touchdown. Should be a high-flying game. It's Big 12 action. West Virginia, Texas, next on Fox Sports. Welcome back to Austin, Texas, and Fox Sports 2 College Football is presented by Kay Jewelers. Beautiful day in Austin, Texas. We take a look at the Big 12 so far. It's far from decided. Kansas State stands alone but plays a key game tonight, Ryan, on Fox against TCU. Baylor and Oklahoma playing over on Fox Sports 1. West Virginia, yes, still in the race at 4-2.
And Baylor looks like they're coming away with the win today.
Head coaches, Dana Holgorsen leads the Mountaineers, 4th year in Morgantown. 3 tough losses this season. They include Bama, OU, and TCU. Charlie Strong left Louisville for Texas, and Ryan, he's got a big job ahead.
He's got a huge job. Texas University. He's coming here. He's made a number of changes. He's cleaned house. He's got the players that believe in his system and are buying in. And now it's a time to find a way to continue to get better week in and week out. They're on pace right now, Craig. I think they're on schedule to accept the changes he wants.
Texas won the toss. They chose to defer to get it in the second half. And so the Longhorns have it teed up. Nick Rose set to kick it away on a beautiful day in Austin, Texas. We'll expect 100,000 before the quarter ends. A few lingering in the parking lot. And the kick's away. At the 2-yard line is Mario Alford. Far sideline, turns the edge. And takes a stumble and a roll at the 24-yard line. 3 things, Ryan, you need to know about Texas.
Well, West Virginia, they go on the road. They know how to take business trips. They're undefeated when they go on the road this year. And then rack them up. This is an explosive offense that knows how to put up points every single week. And then Kevin White, one of the best wide receivers in the country. They got to find a way to activate him and get him the ball often because he is their playmaker.
So Trickett will have Smallwood alongside on a 1st and 10. From their own 24-yard line, rifles a shot in traffic over the middle. Catch is made, but a flag is dropped. Kevin White with 75 receptions on the year. Picks up 19, but a flag's out.
Pass interference. Defense, number 6. As penalties decline, result of the play, 1st down.
Quandre Diggs trying to take care of Kevin White. Trickett with a big arm, 325 yards a game. That's 8th best in the FBS. Pitch and catch far side. Texas with a swarming defense tackle Smallwood. That's his 22nd reception, a sophomore out of Wilmington, Delaware. Hassan Ridgeway made the initial hit for the Longhorns. West Virginia going hurry up, trying to shake the Blues after last week's 31-30 loss. Smallwood off the right side, not much. What's amazing about that game last week, Ryan, they led 13-0. They had 5 turnovers. They led for all but 2 minutes of the game. And Jaden Overcrome's 37-yard field goal as time expired was a difference.
That was the difference. And those turnovers continued to sting.
Oh, Trickett. 2 beautiful passes to White, threading the needle. Dylan Haynes chased him down, the strong safety. But get Trickett some credit. 2 tough throws here early.
Well, Trickett made that throw look easy, but to throw in traffic and throw through those windows, that's all about timing between the quarterback and the wide receiver.
Texas jumped to the backfield. Guess who? Malcolm Brown. 320-pound big man, defensive tackle that can move, great 3 technique, 10 tackles for losses, and he started playing football way back at the age of 7.
Well, he's been developing his athletic ability. He's got God-given talent. He's one of the best 3 techniques in the country. The coaches say he's the best worker on the team. He shows up every day, and it translates over onto game day.
Wendell Smallwood lines up alongside Trickett. 2nd down and 12. He'll get the carry, chopped down to the line of scrimmage, and he'll lose a yard. Back to the 41. Malcolm Brown breaks through again.
This is exactly what Texas defense wants to do. They want to stuff the run. They want to be physical up front, close down those running lanes, and all of a sudden put Trickett in 3rd and long.
3rd and 13 is Trickett. Runs out of the pocket and smartly tosses it a ball away. Hassan Ridgeway pressured Trickett in that backfield. That brings up 4th down.
And they're in that no man's land. Do you make the decision to go for it, or do you punt right here? I think the wise decision is to punt.
4th and 13.
Looks like they're lining up for a field goal.
Yeah, Dana Holgerson's going to try to roll the dice here. Josh Lambert, his longest kick is 55 yards. This will be 57, middle of the field. And now we have a whistle.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Delay of game. We'd like to welcome all of you watching Baylor and Oklahoma finish up in Norman, Oklahoma. Big welcome to Austin, Texas. West Virginia is in town, 23rd ranked against the Longhorns. Just kicked it away. West Virginia moved the ball nicely, now forced to punt. They took a 5-yard delay of game penalty to give them a little bit more room, and that ball takes a bounce into the end zone and a touchback. And we got a flag far side of the field. Flag at the 25. Referee today, Mike Duffy. And the replay official upstairs is David Dumas if needed. Here's the call.
During the kick, holding. Return team, number 2. 10-yard penalty from the 20-yard line. 1st down.
So three things we need to know about the Longhorns of Texas.
Well, we know about all the changes that have taken place in this program, but their offense is starting to come on strong, and it's coming on strong because of Malcolm Brown, the running back. He's running up the middle. He's getting positive yards, had over 100 yards last week. And then John Harris is a dynamic wide receiver. He is having a breakout year because of his playmaking ability, and he does a great job, Craig, on those jump balls, those 50-50 balls. He can go up and grab them and snag them out of the air.
Now, he was a high school high jumper. He went 6'11" at one time, so you know he can out-jump you on the 50-50 balls. 48 receptions. He's had a breakout year. The senior from Garland, Texas. Longhorns start their first drive at the 10-yard line. Nice little carry. Malcolm Brown breaks it past the 20 and rumbles to the 23-yard line. You notice that little stutter move. He averages over 4 yards a carry. He picks up 14. Last week, Tyrone Swoops. He's learning week by week. He makes his 9th career start today. He passed for 228 and a touchdown and a runaway win against Texas Tech last week. Longhorns 1st and 10. Brown gets his second carry, this time off the left side, and squares up those pads and works his way down to the 29-yard line to pick up a 5.
This is going to be a unique matchup. West Virginia has a 3-3 stacked defense. They're known to play against all these spread offenses. They have a number of athletes all over the field. But Texas's offense, they're big up front. They run power football, and all of a sudden they can start running down the throat against a smaller West Virginia defense.
Swoops from the gun. Whistles will stop play. Texas trying to stay in that race of respect in the Big 12. West Virginia trying to still stay in the race for the championship.
False start. Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty. First down, second down.
Cedric Flowers, the left guard. This offensive line really starting to gel together. Taylor Doyle jumped from guard to center after Dominic Espinoza was injured earlier. As we look at impact players defensively for West Virginia.
Well, Shaquille Riddick is a monster coming off the edge, and Nick Kwiatkowski, the linebacker, he is the leader of that defense. Watch him. He'll fly all over the field and thump people all day long.
Second down and 10. Swoops. Tackled. Shoelace. Wachuku. Number 97. Noble Wachuku. Only a sophomore. Beautiful move off the edge and a loss of 5.
Well, Wachuku, number 97, plays smart football right there. You saw him go upfield, settle his feet, read what the quarterback was doing, shuffle down the field, and go and make the play. That's a very athletic play by that defensive end.
Texas now faced with a 3rd down and 15. 3 wide receiver set. Shipley, Johnson, and Harris. Swoops on the line. What a throw, what a catch. It was Shipley. Daryl Worley was trying to hang on with him. 52 catches now in the season. And he, as the coach has told us, he's probably the most precise route runner Texas has.
That's because he loves football. He specializes in the details. And you saw it right there. When he ran that route, he ran the curl route just right, just into the numbers, and was able to catch the ball at the flag stick, catch the ball, turn up the field for a first down. That's exactly what you need from your veteran senior wide receiver.
They'll pick up a 15 and a first down. Back to the ground goes Texas. Big breakaway. Brown. 1 tackle broken. How about 2?
Yes.
Daryl Worley trying to grab him around the ankles. He's down at the 46-yard line.
And you're going to see this hole open up on the left side of the screen. This is just a power play. Simple football. Great blocking from the fullback and the defense and the offensive linemen to come around and match up and eliminate the defensive players. You're doing a great job getting pushed right now, Craig, of this offensive line, and that's really what's opening up these holes.
Well, what West Virginia's defensive coordinator, Tony Gibson, won't like is that 10 yards per touch for one Malcolm Brown. He won 116 last week against Texas Tech, his first 100-yard game of the season. He's on fire. Rolling out his Swoops, wide open, far side, pitch and catch. Marcus Johnson battling for the change. He picks up a reception, his 22nd of the year, and K.J. Dillon finally brought him down after a pickup of 7.
I like when we talked to Swoops yesterday, and I said, hey, do you like going out on the bootlegs and the naked? He said, I told Coach I like whatever he gives me. And right there, he demonstrated his athleticism, play action, rolled to his left, found the open receiver, squared his hips, and delivered a strike.
Only his 9th career start. Sophomore, what a frame. 6'4", 243. He'll put his tight end Andrew Beck in motion. A true freshman. Play action. Swoop stands in the pocket, goes up top. Ball hung up a little bit, but he's got a man open. Guess who? It's Harris, his go-to guy.
It's Harris. It looks like he stepped out of bounds. It was a double move. They ran a hard play action, and you're going to see Harris at the top of the screen. He's going to step out of bounds, and as soon as you step out of bounds, you're no longer eligible right there, unless you were forced out.
Came back in, established. First down.
So he was out of bounds, reestablished, and now a first down at the 8:45 mark. Clock runs. It's been all Texas here early. Malcolm Brown, the tailback, he'll get the handoff. Patiently waits for an opening and hit down at the 16-yard line.
Rick, I just want to go back to that last play. John Harris ran that double move. He was forced out of bounds by number 7, Worley. As soon as you're forced out by the defensive player, you can come back in the field of play, reestablish yourself, and catch a ball. If you go out on your own, that can't happen. You're ineligible. But he was forced out. Nice job by Harris to stay with it. Big play for Texas.
Well, that ball hung up a little bit off the hand of Swoops. Harris waited for it. He's had a terrific breakout year. 2nd down and 8 as we hit the 8-minute mark. Fast-moving first quarter. Swoops wants a touchdown. Up top he goes. A battle. There's a flag. Harris trying to own this drive in a one-on-one battle with Terrell Chestnut, number 16 for West Virginia.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 2. 15-yard penalty. Correction. The ball we placed at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal.
Well, right there, Terrell Chestnut, the corner, number 16. He tries to turn around and look back to locate the ball and place his hands on the ball. But all of a sudden, his right arm was too aggressive. He was too physical with that, and that's why he got called for that flag.
So 1st and goal, 2-yard line. Under center goes Swoops. Handoff. Nothing. Brown hits a wall of Mountaineers. K.J. Dillon was there. Tonkery.
This is their bread and butter. Short yardage at the goal line. You got a big physical offensive line. Let's go power football. Let's run the power play again. I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to that play and try to run right in between the tackles, right at the heart of West Virginia's defense.
Had their best rushing performance last week against Texas Tech. A season-high 241 yards. 11th play of this drive. 2nd down and goal. Brown again. Left side. Stuffed by Dillon. 3rd down and goal.
Well, an excellent job by West Virginia's defense to get penetration and find a way to get in the backfield early and eliminate that run. You can see them change the line of scrimmage by their defense, and that's why they were able to shut down that run.
Trying to run behind Marcus Hutchins, who used to be a defensive lineman who's jumped over to play left tackle. Now 3rd down and goal. They put Shipley in motion. On the play action, Swoops looks to the end zone. Jump ball, corner, got it. Touchdown, Swaim, the tight end. Jeff Swaim, senior, 10th reception, his first touchdown of the year. And what an impressive drive by Texas.
They ran a nice little play action. That's a simple play for the quarterback to read. He can read high or low. He actually had both players wide open. Swaim was in the back of the end zone, and this tight end has continued to impress and continue to make plays all year long. That was a huge touchdown and a signature opening drive for Texas.
Nick Rose kicks the extra point through 11 plays. They go 90 yards in 6 minutes. And Swaim, the tight end, jumps high for the touchdown, and Texas leads by 7. There's a look at Jeff Swaim, the senior from Chico, California. 2-yard touchdown pass. Swoops was perfect, 4 for 4 on that drive. Went 90 yards in 6 minutes.
Well, sometimes people undervalue controlling the line of scrimmage. Texas controlled the line of scrimmage with their offensive line. That's what set up the big run plays. That's what set up the play action and what led to a touchdown.
Rose set to kick away for the 2nd time here in the 1st quarter. Short kick. Alford, 7-yard line. Nice move. 30 at the 40. Still on his feet and stumbles and falls at the 45-yard line. Alford puts West Virginia in terrific territory, and Trickett will be behind center when we come back. 49-yard return. West Virginia in great field position. Clint Trickett ready to go back to work. The senior out of Tallahassee, Florida, transferred out of Florida State a couple years ago. And it's time to find that Trickett to White combination once again.
Absolutely. Last week, they weren't able to really connect. Kevin White only had 3 catches. We saw early in the game in that first drive, Trickett was looking for Kevin White. He had 2 catches already. They got to continue to find a way to feed the beast, give him the football, and allow your playmaker to go to work.
Trickett 3 of 4 in that opening series. As you mentioned, a couple of those balls caught by White. He averages 8 receptions, 120 yards a game. And they've got great field position. Down 7, trying to answer that touchdown by Texas. Russell Shell gets his first touch after Smallwood had the first series. They'll jump back and forth. Rest one back, put a fresh legs in on another series. He picks up 11, and a nice block by the halfback, Cody Clay. Pitch and catch far side. Kevin White runs it down the sideline, and boy, he is really showing some streaking speed today.
Well, a lot of teams try to double him, but when you get the ball in a receiver's hands that quickly, that close to the line of scrimmage, it's extremely challenging for the defense to double him, and that's why you're seeing these quick, short passes to allow him to go out and make plays, and that's exactly what Kevin White did on that last play.
19 yards on that reception. Last 2 games, just 6 catches today. Already 3 grabs, and West Virginia is inside the 20-yard line. Handoff, dancing a Shell. Texas pursues. Dylan Haynes, a strong safety with the tackle on Shell. Just a sophomore out of Hopewell, Pennsylvania. He's a transfer out of Pitt. Second down 9. Trickett on a line. White and Trickett are really working the ball together. We talked to Trickett earlier this week, and Ron, I'd say he was all business.
Well, that's his mental toughness. And a lot of people talk about physical toughness as an athlete, but you have to be mentally tough. And when you take a heartbreaking loss like they did last week, you need your quarterback to be mentally tough to prepare you to come into battle against 100,000 people at the University of Texas.
Yeah, Texas looking to make a stop here on 3rd down and 1. Handoff. First down, and the pile is pushed forward. It's good to have guys like Penke and Spain, 300-pounders up front pushing the pile. Spain going, he's only 332.
Oh, only 330, just only. He's one of the smaller guys, but you're absolutely right. When you have a physical offensive line that can get that type of push, that's when it shows up on those short yardage situations.
Got a player down from West Virginia. Just inside the 5-yard line at 4:47 to play. So an injury timeout's been called, and we'll take a break. West Virginia pushing forward, down 7. Shell able to walk off the field. He got in a scrum. He just got caught underneath the pile. Looks like they're looking at an ankle. So Wendell Smallwood jumps on the field for West Virginia. Red zone offense, 35 possessions, 83% scoring percentage, 20 touchdowns, 9 field goals. They're trying to punch it in for 6. Smallwood caught from behind. Jordan Hicks.
That was a terrific play by Jordan Hicks. He read it all day long. He was able to split the gap as a linebacker and shoot in the backfield and secure that tackle. That's excellent instincts by that linebacker to read and decipher what was going to happen on that play.
Had a great talk with him yesterday. He's a special young player. 10 tackles last week against Texas Tech. Second down and goal. Trickett throws, man coverage up top and throws it away. He wanted White, covered, and good cover from the corner by Quandre Driggs.
Well, I'm sure that was a run play that was called, and Trickett looked outside. He changed it, saw he had man coverage, and took a shot. He's got man coverage again, one-on-one. Let's see if he goes back to that well.
pushing the pile. No call. Smallwood. Short. Just inside the 1-yard line. So here's the call. Holgerson's got a foot from pay dirt.
That's a big stop by that defense to dig in, find a way to create leverage, lower the pads. They got to rise the occasion once again.
Hey, it's power of football. Mano a mano. One-on-one. Whistle before the play.
Prior to the snap, the previous play was ruled short of the goal line. The previous play is under further review.
So David Dumas upstairs will get his first look at a replay. I know that frustrates coaches. You got basically a touchdown off the left edge, and it's whistle dead.
Especially up-tempo, fast-paced offenses. And we're taking a look at the replay right now. And there's a pile right there. And let's see if they can find a way to fight for that yard, find a way to get the ball over the end zone. It's hard to see from that angle.
I mean, do you see evidence to overturn that?
I don't. It looks like the ref that had the best angle, he's
right down the line.
Right down the line. He spotted it.
Those are the impossible calls. Once you get a scrum, a pile of jerseys of humanity, good luck trying to find if the ball actually broke the plane or not.
And what they're trying to find is where a body part from Smallwood hit the ground. It looks like they're going to let it stand.
The ruling on the field stands. Short of the goal line, 4th down.
That was a good call. There wasn't enough evidence there to overturn that. And it appeared that Smallwood was short. But all of a sudden, that replay, they had a touchdown on that 4th down play. Now they got to find, what are they going to go with now? Are they going to find a way to dial up that same exact play power football, and run off the left side? If I'm gonna run this play, Craig, I'm going right behind my man Spain. He's a left guard, he's physical, and he can get things done. He'll move the pile with Orlowski at the center position.
You saw Holgerson, the head coach, not happy. They blew that play dead, so we play it again on 4. Oh, now there's movement. Jumping. Number 89.
Offense, number 89. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
100,000 in the stands, gets a little noisy. The pressure.
And when you go on the road and you play at the University of Texas in front of 100,000, it's 4th and goal. The crowd noise can be deafening, and all of a sudden the home field factor came into effect right there.
So now Holgerson forced to try a field goal off the foot of Lambert. Placed down at the 12-yard line. This will be a 22-yarder. Good snap, good hold, kick is away. And good. He's now 21-27 on the year. And Lambert puts West Virginia on the board. Texas at home, leading 7-3 on Fox Sports 1. Well, keep it here on Fox Sports 1 and Fox for the best college football games all day long, including the game of the week. Ryan, 6th-ranked Kansas State, 7th-ranked TCU. Put down the remote. College football at its best on Fox. Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
All types of action in college football. And those 2 games right there, that's enough football for you just alone. I mean, that's a dynamic matchup between those 2 teams. Kansas State, TCU. Flip a coin right there.
What's your thoughts? Baylor going into Norman and just having their way today against Oklahoma, 41-14.
We saw Oklahoma last week. They were impressive, and all of a sudden they got shocked at home by a very good Baylor football team.
So Baylor stays in the race for the Big 12. Kansas State undefeated. We'll see what happens tonight. 7-3 Longhorns. That ball won't stay on the tee.
Doesn't look like there's a lot of wind, but it starts swirling down in the stadium. It can knock the ball off. It's always frustrating for the kickers. They're sensitive guys. They don't like when the ball keeps falling off like that.
Michael Molinari with some help gets it away. 5 yards deep, no return, and a touchback. Time for a Lowe's Never Stop Improving Game Break. And for the first time, we go to Los Angeles and check in with Alan Massengale. Alan.
Number 3 Auburn, trailing early against Texas A&M. Aggies QB Kyle Allen in for the suspended Kenny Hill finds Josh Reynolds, 36-yard touchdown. Tigers have responded with a TD, but still trail 14-7. Back to Craig and Ryan in Austin.
All right, some Texas folks keeping an eye on A&M. How about that ball game?
No surprise.
No.
No surprise. Every single week, every team is prone for an upset. All of a sudden, Texas A&M, they're up big.
So Swoops with the football. He's 4 for 4. He's hit 4 different receivers, and they're going to start this drive on the ground. Jonathan Gray, who's coming off an Achilles injury and trying to find his game, work his way back in. And last week against Texas Tech had a 76-yard touchdown. I'll tell you, Achilles, a difficult injury for any athlete.
And it's a testament to him to go through rehab, to battle back, to come back from that injury. And last week was the first time we saw him start playing at a high level. He made a number of cuts in that game that were very impressive.
They put Swain, the tight end, in motion on 2nd down and 10 on the play action. Swoops stands in the pocket. Good protection. It breaks down. Breaks away. Swoops throws. And a one-handed grab falls incomplete. Harris went up high. Pressure came from Shaq Riddick.
Well, Shaq Riddick's going to come off the edge, but Swoops was just standing in the pocket. He was waiting for the receivers to come open. Nice coverage by West Virginia's defense in that zone coverage to lock down the receivers, find a way to get in the zones, and Swoop couldn't find anybody. He basically threw that ball away right there. This is a big 3rd down once again. They got to keep the momentum on their side of the field.
Early success for Texas, converting 3rd downs. So far today, 2 for 2. Swoops from the gun. Runs near side, lobs that ball up high. It's a jump ball. Marcus Johnson out-jumped his defender, but a flag is back as well inside the 20.
Holding. Offense, number 74. Penalties decline. 4th down.
So Taylor Doyle, the center, as I mentioned, former guard who jumped to center after they lost Dominic Espinoza in week 1. And that brings up a punting situation for the Longhorns. Fox Sports 1 College Football is presented by K Jewelers. The Longhorns lead 7-3. They'll punt it away. Russ at his own 10. Bad punt. Shanked it. Takes a kick back in favor of West Virginia. They've got, again, 5 field position, Ryan, at the 49.
Well, I know that Texas has to be extremely frustrated with that last series offensively. They go 3 and out. They were established themselves very physical in that first drive of the game. They were running the ball, but all of a sudden, they got away from that. They missed a couple passes, and now they're off the field. You get a punt that's shanked. Now you give West Virginia an offense that's scoring 30 points a game, an opportunity with a short field to start putting more points on the board. That's the last thing you want to do.
23-yard kick, punt, and now West Virginia starts on their own on the Texas 48-yard line. Dreamer Smith in the backfield with Trickett. Trickett stands up and throws near side. Pitch and catch on the hands of Alford. Alford, a senior out of Greenville, Georgia. Mountaineers playing hurry up. Under 2 minutes left. Now they check to the sideline. Trickett off to a good start, Ryan. 6 of 8, 73 yards. They'll go gun. Quick toss far side. Down low. White gets a block. Texas, though, comes in and hammers him down. Diggs again. Beautiful tackle, knee high.
That's a nice tackle in the open field. And that looked like a quick play, but that's a long throw that allows the defense to get over there and rally and make a play.
Mountaineers waste no time. Hand off to Bowie. Andrew Bowie, number 13. This is a very deep core of running back. Shell was shaken up. We saw Smallwood run the first series. You'll see Dreamer Smith and also now Bowie for the first time. Big 3rd down and 9. Low snap. Trickett in the pocket, slings it, and it drops incomplete at the 20-yard line. I believe Alford was the intended receiver, but pressure forced Trickett to throw that ball a little early.
Well, Trickett had heat all around him. It was a simple pass rush, four-man pass rush, but they were able to beat their one-on-ones, get in the backfield. Excellent job by Texas defensive ends. And Cedric Reed, they said, hey, we need to find a way to get him going, get him coming on strong. He did a nice job coming around the edge, using his hands and getting the Trickett.
You saw Trickett come over and talk to Alford quickly, just trying to get together. Here's a 53-yard attempt by Lambert. It's a line drive field goal attempt, and it is no good. Lambert has leg. He's hit one from 55. West Virginia tried it from 53.
Well, he went for it. It had enough leg. He just pushed it off to the left. But a big defensive stand by Texas. Give them credit to respond right there. West Virginia had a short field. They started to reestablish some momentum. You could start to feel it. But Texas went out, took care of business, and now they got their offensive ball back.
Ryan, you know how kickers are. It's that lonely, kind of lonely land. One man on an island.
I don't envy kickers at all, Craig.
A minute to play in the quarter. High snap. Swoops on a swing out to Brown. You know what? We saw it last week. What's the rule?
Don't take your eye off the football.
Got to catch before you run.
Got to catch it. Got to secure the catch. Don't take your eyes off of it. His eyes got big. He started to look upfield. Had nice blocking set up. You got to catch it first.
Malcolm Brown. 22nd career start today against West Virginia. Texas in that diamond formation. 6 on the play clock. Brown on a cutback. Protects the football and falls forward to the 38. That's a gain of 2. And the clock's at 45 seconds.
You saw right there, West Virginia realizes what Texas is trying to do. They loaded their box with their defense. They had 8 players in the box right there. And they said, hey, we're going to try to find a way to shut down the run. If we can force you in the third long, that plays to our hands. We can start dialing up our unique blitzes. Watch him come after swoops right now.
D coordinator Tony Gibson. Boy, loves his job. Intense. 3rd down 8. Play clock under 5. Swoops just got it away. Pressure from both edges. They'll pitch it far side and pushes for the first down. Nice grab. Worley wrestles Marcus Johnson, but not before he got to the marker.
They brought pressure. Swoops threw a laser to Marcus Johnson. Marcus Johnson, he fought for this. That was all Marcus Johnson. Find a way to secure the catch and fight for that first down.
So the first quarter ends here in Austin, in Texas, leading West Virginia 7-3. Well, star power. It's recruiting. That's the story. Holgerson on your left. Strong on your right. Texas, 34 4-star recruits, 11 5-stars, 45 total. West Virginia, 6 4-star recruits on their roster. And Charlie Strong told us, look, got no problem getting attention. It's got to be the right guy who fits my style, what I need from them. Come to Texas is easy. But can you play football? Do you love the game of football? As Shipley, who loves the game of football, makes that catch.
That's a big catch, and Swoops he's been on fire today. He looks very comfortable. Talk about a young man that's continuing to grow. And just going back to that 4- or 5-star graphic, Craig, it's not always about the Willies and the Joes. Sometimes it's about the X's and the O's. Just getting the right players to come into your system, to buy in and believe. Right now, both of these teams have players that believe in their systems and believe in their coaches.
A gain of 10, 1st and 10. Straight ahead. Malcolm Brown to the 30. Call it at the 41-yard line. It was Rose and Christian Brown. There was some house cleaning here at Texas. Players who didn't love football. And Charlie Strong has made it clear you got to be dedicated, responsible, accountable on the field and off.
You have to love it. I had Monty Kiffin when I was in Tampa would come into our meeting rooms every day and look us in the eyes and say, you love ball. The amount of time that you dedicate to football, you better love it. Because if you don't, it's hard to dedicate that much of your life to one game.
You saw Beck go in motion, handoff, Brown, right side. And it's tough going down in the trenches. Muldrow, the weak side linebacker, with a stop on Brown.
Well, West Virginia is doing a nice job against the run right now because their defensive line is getting pushed, but they're disengaging as well. They're finding a way to get up the field, get off their blocks, and find a way to get to the ball carrier. You got to watch the line of scrimmage, and they're starting to change it, and that's the reason they've shut both of those run plays down the last 2 plays.
Now for Texas, it's 3rd down and 7. Play clock to 2. Swoops. Low snap. Home run ball. Up top. Man coverage. And he just threw that ball 5 yards ahead of Harris. Carl Joseph was on coverage, a strong safety, number 8. That brings up 4th down and 7.
And that's exactly what West Virginia wants. They want you in 3rd and long. I can bring pressure. I trust my corners when they're on an island to be able to play man-to-man. And Swoops just overthrew his wide receiver. Anytime you're throwing a deep ball, they teach you this from Pop Warner, high school, college, pros. Give your receiver a chance. Right there, he didn't give his receivers a chance.
They toss in Michael Davidson to pump this ball, looking to try to drop it inside the 10. High hangs it. Back on coverage. What a job for special teams. Downed at the 1-yard line. Davidson did his job. Pooched it inside the 5. West Virginia with the ball. Down 7-3.
I thought this was a terrific job in special teams, and we're going to highlight Adrian Colbert right here. He's going to run down the field. His back is turned to the kick. He finds a way to turn around, and before the ball hits the ground, he's able to catch the ball out of midair. That's a dynamic play by a coverage man to go down and down that ball right in the 1-yard line and pin West Virginia. Terrific. I love it.
You know, Ryan, great example of how important special teams are. They flip the field. They push it down to the 1-yard line. 99 yards to pay dirt for West Virginia. They're down 7-3. They start at the 1-yard line. Got a little breathing room off that simple handoff to Smallwood. Found a nice hole up the middle. Jason Hall, the free safety, came up to stop him after a pickup of 7. Jason Hall is a true freshman. Grand Prairie, Texas. Hard to believe you're playing high school ball this time last year. Now you're in front of 100,000.
They said Jason Hall has earned the opportunity. He's an athletic young man. He's very aggressive, and he can come up and lay the wood. They like his potential. They see a bright future in him.
2nd down, 7. Delay. 1st down, Smallwood. You know what? Trickett ran it perfectly.
That's the draw play. And what he did, and the way he set that up is he caught the ball, looked like it was going to be a pass. He even give you a little pump fake, turned and handed off to the running back. What that does is that your defense sucks back. They drop in the coverage. They play soft. And now your running back has a number of lanes to choose from to get yards.
This drive started on the 1. Little stutter. Thompson turns the corner. First carry of the season. Knocked down by Dalton Santos, the middle linebacker. Clock runs under 12 minutes in West Virginia. On the move, a pickup of 6. Mountaineers hurry up on offense. 2nd down, 4. Simple handoff straight away, and a flag is dropped. Smallwood to carry, but a flag in the middle of that pile, which makes you believe it had to be a holding call.
It looked like holding. The defensive lineman got in the backfield too quick, and they tried to hold him to keep him out of there.
Personal foul. Chop block. Offense. Number 57 and number 67. 15-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
That involved Pankey and Spain.
Well, Malcolm Brown right there on the right side of the screen, you're going to see him. He's going to get high-low. They're going to do whatever they can to find a way to keep him out of plays. And you see one of the offensive linemen go low while the other one's going high. And that's exactly what the referees are looking for in that situation. And that's why they threw the flag.
So the penalty pushes the ball back inside the 15-yard line. Call it 2nd down and 19. pressure. There's that draw play. Longhorns read it. Dreamer Smith, the ball carrier. For Hassan Ridgeway, sophomore, who's got a bright future, according to Vance Bedford, the defensive coordinator for Texas. How about that talk we had? Is that an emotional, energized man? Wow.
He is a man that bleeds burnt orange. He played here back in the late 70s. This is a man that's got his team fired up, and we spent the day with him. We could spend weeks with him.
Oh, yes.
He loves football.
Trickett in that pocket, flips it far side. Oh, hammer down. Dreamer Smith collides with Dylan Haynes. You can hear those pads pop. We're halfway up the stadium here, and you can hear it. 7-yard pickup, but far short of the first down. And Trickett's off the field. Punting situation for West Virginia.
Well, you know, that gives me goosebumps when you hear the pads pop like that. Players running around, making plays, being physical. And that's what this defense, they have an energy about them. They have a presence about them, and they're playing with purpose right now.
O'Toole with the punt. And it's marked at the 45-yard line. Texas will come back on offense. That means we'll see that running game of the Longhorns. Stay close. Texas leading West Virginia on Fox Sports 1. Fox Sports 1 college football is presented by K Jewelers. Oh, what a crowd in town. Time to look at our stat comparison, Ryan, brought to you by your Lincoln Wish List sales event. Total yards, 124, 105 for Texas. Third down conversions, penalties. You saw, say West Virginia has been stung a couple of times on calls of four flags for 35 yards.
Anytime you see the yellow fly around, that's going to hurt your team, and they've come in inopportune times for West Virginia.
Texas starts this drive on their own 48-yard line, up 7-3. Hand off straight away, pads pop. But Jonathan Gray pushes past the 50-yard line. Kwiatkowski, he's got one of the great football names in college football. He's a junior out of Bethel Park, PA. 69 tackles, he's everywhere. If you see the football, Kwiatkowski's around it.
He's got a great football name, and he lives up to that name. He flies around and makes plays because he's aggressive. He has really good football instincts, a high football IQ, and can decipher run and pass quickly.
Plays that middle linebacker spot. 7 tackles last week in the loss to TCU. Second down and 6. McFarland, the tight end, goes in motion. On a rollout, goes swoops. Pitch and catch, the tight end. Hops over one tackler and bounces out of bounds. McFarland, they don't use him a lot. 10th catch. Junior from El Paso, but a nice catch, nice run.
He's known just for a lead blocker. We talked to the coaches yesterday, and they said he's an excellent lead blocker. We're trying to find a way to get him a little bit more involved with the offense. He showed off his footwork right there. He caught the ball, did a nice little move, but he showed off his athleticism and his awareness to be able to avoid that defender.
A gain of 9 gives Texas a first down. They're on the move at the 39 of West Virginia. Breaking a tackle, Gray. Breaks another. 20, 10, 5, pushed out of bounds. Jonathan Gray and a touchdown saving tackle by Terrell Chestnut.
What a run by Jonathan Gray. He showed his power right at the line of scrimmage to be able to break a tackle. Then he showed his elusiveness to be able to plant and make a defender flat out miss you in the open field. And then he showed his explosion to race to the end zone. Did he step out right there? I mean, what a run to be able to incorporate all those things. And the coaches told us he's starting to run with confidence. He had an Achilles. He tore his Achilles versus West Virginia last year. And that takes time to come back from that. But yet he's playing with confidence, and he demonstrated it right there.
You know, you made a point. Did he step out at the 5? You saw the pylon get blown up as well, but no, it looks like he's in bounds. And this play is under review.
It looks like a touchdown right there. It doesn't look like he stepped out of bounds. And we're going to look right here. This will be a good view.
The football is marked at the 1.5-yard line, just inside the 2. Did he break the plane? Ooh, nice look.
That's a touchdown.
Yeah, sure did. Hit the pylon.
His feet are in bounds. He reached out, had the awareness and the instinct to put the ball out there and touch the pylon with it. That was a special run. That's a highlight run right there. That's one you go tell your kids about that one.
Yeah, this one upstairs to David Dumas. Here's a call.
After further review, the ball broke the plane of the goal line prior to the ball, the runner being out of bounds. Touchdown.
I want to go to Los Angeles and bring in Eagle Eye Mike Pereira. Mike, I love that last replay when you see the ball touching the pylon. On that first replay, it was kind of hidden, but the last one shows exactly where that ball was.
But I'll tell you, Craig, the replay official did a great job because he stopped this just from the live shot alone because he thought that it might have been a touchdown, and you're right. The foot was in bounds. He lunged, and the ball in possession of the runner touched the pylon. That's a touchdown.
And Texas picks a PAT. Mike Pereira, thanks. We'll check with you throughout the day. Touchdown, Jonathan Gray. 3 plays, 52 yards. And the Longhorns at home up 14-3. Jonathan Gray, back from an Achilles injury, puts Texas on top 14-3. Ron, you got to love this move. Power, speed, had it all.
If I had 3 ingredients that I wanted in a special running back, in a great running back, it's speed, it's power, and it's agility, and he demonstrated it all right there. He showed off the power at the line of scrimmage. He showed off his agility to put the juke move on the defensive back in the open field, and then he showed off the speed as he burst for the pylon for the touchdown.
Officially 39 yards. 4th touchdown of the season for Gray. Nick Rose has it teed up 14-3. West Virginia, nationally ranked 23rd in the country. No return. And let's go to Los Angeles. Game break. Let's check in with Alan Massingale.
The big game in the desert has turned into a rout. Number 10 Notre Dame and number 9 Arizona State. Irish QB Everett Golson with his 3rd turnover already, this time intercepted by the Sun Devils' Demarius Randall. 59 yards for the pick 6. ASU up huge, 31-3 in the first half. Back to you, Craig and Ryan.
All right, Alan, thanks so much. How about Arizona State? They are, they've been flying low. Radar. They are a player in this game of football this year. Trickett near side. Oh, hammered in the letters. Thompson laid the wood on Smallwood.
Mykeel Thompson with a slobberknocker. You can hear it right there. You hear the pads clink right there. That's a big-time hit. Perfectly form-fitting tackle right there by that safety.
Texas fired up, showing blitz. Another quick toss near side. Just trying to open the field up a little bit with Kevin White. He's going to be short of the first down. Past the 30. They'll mark him at the 33-yard line.
And this is when Trickett needs to step up. He's your leader. He's been through adversity. He's got to calm his offense down to continue to deliver strikes.
West Virginia gets back to the line of scrimmage in a hurry, and now they check to the sideline. Crowd is alive. It's noisy here in Austin. Just over 8 minutes left. First half. Trickett on a screen. Texas read it perfectly. It's going to be close. Dreamus Smith. Well, I can see now the mark's just going to be shy. And Caleb Blewett, the Fox defensive end.
The defense rallied and come up with a stop right there and find a way to get to the ball carrier on that screenplay. Ridgeway read that all the way. Number 98, he was all over it. He sniffed it out. He was the one that slowed that play down from the get-go.
4th and 1. And West Virginia forced to punt from their 35. Nick O'Toole will punt away to Shipley. End over end, Shipley on a fair catch at the 22-yard line. Swoops will go back to work. So far it's been Texas. and a couple of slobber knockers in Austin. Our game summary is brought to you by Dell. We compare the two quarterbacks right here in the first half. Trickett's moved the ball. He's been 12 of 15, 96 yards. Swoops has done a nice job. But the ground game for West Virginia, it's been stifled.
It has been stifled. Both of the quarterbacks are playing well today. Trickett hasn't been able to take any shots down the field, which I'm expecting him to take some more of as he gets the ball. And Swoops, he's doing a nice job managing the offense and putting them in the right situation.
He's under center on 1st and 10. Handoff, big hole. Brown breaks it. Big run, big hole. Ishmael Banks hit him up high after the gain of 25, and Brown is slow coming off the ground. Looks like a shoulder. That was a collision.
That was a collision at the end of the run, and we're going to see this running right down the heart of West Virginia's defense, right up the middle. When you got a hole that big, it's hard to slow a guy down like Malcolm Brown unless you get a hit on him at the very end. But I promise you, Craig, the way they run the ball right now, it's going to be hard to slow down Texas because they're gaining confidence. This offensive line is opening up gaping holes for their running back.
Over 6 yards a touch. Brown looks like maybe a stinger on that shoulder. As you know, Ryan, the life kind of leaves that arm, and then it comes back all of a sudden.
Oh, that's never a comfortable feeling when you have a collision like that and you get that stinging feeling down your arm or down your neck. It can make you a little nervous as a player, but you shake it off. And let's see if he was able to come back in the game here shortly.
Clock's under 7 minutes, first half, and Texas on the move, up 14-3. Swoops under center. Again, straight away running. Straight away running, and Gray's having himself a big first half.
When you take Malcolm Brown out, he gets banged up a little bit. Well, going with Jonathan Gray. Jonathan Gray's playing at a high level. He ran power football for both the guards around, get a lead block, and he gets a crease that he's off to the races again. He's having a huge day today.
Yeah, he just went 40 yards inside the 15. Texas threatening again. Swoops, pressured, throws it into the end zone. Oh, a flag is down. Not one, but two. Banks and Shipley were locked up. Pressure came from the spur. K.J. Dillon.
Pass interference. Defense number 34. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
Well, Ishmael Banks, number 34 at the top of the screen. He's in perfect position as a defensive back. He tries to get his head around, but because it's an underthrown ball, the offensive player tries to fight back for it, and that's why the flag's thrown right there.
And a 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Straight ahead, running. Touchdown, Gray. This has been Gray's day in the first half.
Well, it's been the offensive line's day as well, Craig. They've opened up a number of creases and holes. They've been physical, and Gray's done the dirty work to find a way to get the ball in the end zone. Both him and Malcolm Brown are having big games today.
Nick Rose punches the extra point through, and Texas up 21-3. 3 plays, Texas goes 78 yards. And Ron, we talked about it in the top of the show about how Texas's front line, the O-line, gelling, and how the offensive ground game also gelling with a season-high 241 yards last week against Texas Tech.
You can see how when an offensive line has continuity, has confidence, they understand their blocking schemes, they understand how they're going to work together. All of a sudden, they have 143 yards rushing in the first half. They've been averaging 170 yards rushing over the last 5 games. This team is starting to come together, and they're starting to find an identity. When you can pound the football like that, all of a sudden the team in Texas stands for toughness, and they are running tough right now.
Kick is away, no return as that kick angled into the end zone. Let's go back to Los Angeles and check in with Rob Stone.
Coming up on the Dell halftime, see how Baylor demolished Oklahoma and how that impacts Kansas State and TCU. Plus, highlights of the other top 10 showdown between Notre Dame and Arizona State. And we'll check in on number 3 Auburn, who are on the ropes early. Greg Ryan, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Rob. Gray celebrating his first half. He's put Texas on top 21-3. Bubble screen. Caught by Alford. Texas. Duke Thomas hunts him down. The trick has been on target, just can't go deep.
He has. He's throwing a number of those slip screens, those missile screens to the wide receivers, trying to get the ball in his playmaker's hands. He's going to have to start pushing the ball down the field to open up these passing lanes.
2nd down and 7. Trickett from the gun. 2 wide near side. Handoff Shell. He was shaken up earlier. Russell Shell, Edmond and Hicks team up for the tackle. Now a short down of 3rd down and 2. Shell, he stopped. Didn't push the pads ahead, and he stacked up and dropped. It's going to be 4th down and short. See Holgerson, I just spotted him on the sideline. I'll tell you, the body language tells you a lot.
Well, it does tell you a lot. You can see his frustration. That was a big 3rd down, and all of a sudden, the players that come shooting in there is Duke Thomas. He reads it. He's at the cornerback position. He comes off the edge and flies in. There was a big hole, and he shut it down. This defense is playing with confidence right now.
Nick O'Toole will punt. Line drive. Shipley. 25. Slips a tackle and another. To the 31-yard line. Goes Shipley. And Texas will have the ball again up 21-3. Tonight, the UFC returns to Fox Sports 1 with an epic night of fights from Brazil, including a light heavyweight showdown. 9th-ranked Shogun Huha and 10th-ranked Ovince St. Preux. UFC Fight Night tonight, 10:30 Eastern on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Speaking of fights, Clint Trickett's going to have to find a way to get a little fight about him. He's going to have to find a way to inspire his team to battle back right now. Defensively, they're on the field. They need to shut down this Texas offense on this drive to find a way to get the ball back in their quarterback's hands. Because right now, the momentum is all on Texas' side.
Ball on the 31-yard line of Texas on a reverse. Dejae Johnson. Only his 4th carry, and we were told, watch out, 23 is going to jump on the field a few times, and he just went for 22 yards.
When the coaches tell you he's the fastest player on our team for the University of Texas, and they got speed at every position, that's special. That's a big compliment, and they're going to find a way to get him the football, and they did that right there on their reverse.
You know, this is only his 3rd game. He's had some hamstring problems. Last week, they got him back on the field for 2 carries in that Texas Tech game. They got a timeout, West Virginia. Well, Texas has drawn up a game plan. They've attacked West Virginia, and they've attacked on the ground.
They have. When you think about Malcolm Brown and Jonathan Gray, and Dejae Johnson's now coming in and getting in the mix, they have a number of weapons in the run game to attack this West Virginia defense. West Virginia's defense is designed to try to shut down spread offenses. They have athletes all over the field. They're a little bit smaller up front. It's tough for them to find a way to slow down this physical offensive line and physical power football of Texas.
165 yards on the ground. West Virginia held to just 42 here in the first half. Swoops goes back under center. He'll roll out on a toss, far side, on the hands of Foreman. And Deontay Foreman, a true freshman out of Texas City, Texas.
And they get Deontay Foreman coming out of the backfield, and the coaches told us he's the bigger physical back out of all of them. I mean, they keep bringing these players off the bench, and they keep playing at a high level.
6'2", 215-pounder. Straight ahead. Right side, Foreman plows in for a couple. He's got a brother, by the way, on Monty. He plays wide receiver. So they come in as a combo pair to Texas. They played at Texas City High School last year.
I bet you that high school is pretty good.
You're not kidding. How about that run? Looked like he hurdled over the West Virginia defensive line. He was following the block of the tight end McFarland.
Well, West Virginia's defense has to be frustrated right now. Malcolm Brown's out, Gray's out. You think you have an opportunity, and all of a sudden a freshman comes in, and he's still pounding the rock and doing extremely well. They have to settle down, tackle, and find a way to get off this football field.
Now, Brown and Gray both shaken up, so now the young guys get the load of carries. It's Foreman again off the right side. And we talked to both coaches, Strong and Winkline, the offensive coordinator, and they couldn't say enough about how this O-line, Ryan, has finally gelled.
Well, they're gelling, and you see all the beef around here. I mean, you got some big boys that are playing at a high level. And Marcus Hutchinson, you got to give him credit. He used to be a defensive lineman. He came over to the offense, and he's a grinder over there, a physical player for them as well.
They're down in 2. West Virginia in that backfield in a hurry. And they slide through to knock down Foreman for a loss. Christian Brown, number 95, with the stop. Tonkery alongside.
That was a good stop for West Virginia's defense. They got penetration. They stopped the ball carrier. They're able to find a way to get off the field on third down. They force in a field goal now on fourth down.
So in comes Nick Rose. This will be a 46-yard attempt. His longest make this year, 42. So this will be a season long if he can split the uprights. And boy, he pulled it left. Never had a chance.
Yeah, that came off his foot a little funky right there, but he knew right away as soon as it left his foot, it wasn't going to go in. You don't want to leave those. You don't want to miss those opportunities to put points on the board against an explosive offense like West Virginia.
So a miss of 46. Charlie Strong not happy with that misfiring from Rose. Let's go to Los Angeles and get a game break.
Number 1, Mississippi State hosting Tennessee Martin after a slow start. Heisman hopeful Dak Prescott gets loose for a 48-yard touchdown run. Bulldogs up 14-3 in the second quarter. Greg and Ryan, back to you.
Turnover. Quandre Diggs. Alan, thank you very much. From one big play to another.
Well, Quandre Diggs showed his football IQ right there. He understood the situation. He read the split of the wide receiver, said he's at the top of the numbers. He's probably going to run a curl route. That's exactly what Kevin White does. He runs a curl route, and Diggs is sitting on it. And when you're sitting on that as a corner, if that quarterback throws the ball, you can explode through that route, catch it, and make the interception. A terrific play by that corner. Man, that's exactly what that team needed to continue to take their momentum and find a way to put points on the board before the end of the half.
Trickett just tossed his 8th pick of the season. Texas on the verge of trying to blow this game open here in the first half. Just over 2 minutes to play. Swoops goes deep, and it was incomplete. A couple of receivers tied up. Looked like he wanted Beck, the tight end. And he was tied up with Carl Joseph along the sideline.
Well, Andrew Beck is the freshman out of Tampa, Florida. And he's a special talent. He plays the tight end position. He plays the H-back position. But there was a miscue right there. That's a will route. He's supposed to continue up the field. And Swoops tried to lead him for a touchdown right there. He broke it off too soon.
Beck lines up in the backfield. He's in for a blocker. And chopped down the line of scrimmage is Foreman. K.J. Dillon's been around the field all day for West Virginia with another tackle.
We've watched West Virginia a number of times this year. K.J. Dillon, number 9, he's a playmaker. He can cover wide receivers. He can cover tight ends. He can cover running backs. He is a special talent for them. And, you know, they need a turnover right now. They need a young man like K.J. Dillon or Nick Kwiatkowski to find a way to come up with a play, force a turnover in this situation.
3rd down and 9. Longhorns at the 22-yard line. And whistles will stop play. And a timeout.
Texas takes its first timeout of the half.
So Charlie Strong
30
wants a
seconds in
timeout.
duration.
So coming up on the Dell halftime report, number 12 Baylor, oh my, routing Oklahoma in Norman. We'll talk about top 10 showdown, Notre Dame and Arizona State. And number 3 Auburn on an upset alert. Then another big game tonight on Fox. You'll see Kansas State TCU.
There's a number of big games, and Baylor put on an impressive performance on the road, going in and putting a thumping on Oklahoma. Arizona State right now is up big against Notre Dame. And then Auburn, sounds like they're on the ropes as well.
Let's talk about West Virginia and what has to be fixed at halftime. Dana Holgorsen, I'm sure, is going to have a lot to talk about. Pass game, the pitch and catch has been there, but they've established no run game so far.
And that run game sets up the play action and sets up the deep ball down the field. But right now, their defense on this 3rd down, they need to come up with a stop and try to force a field goal in this sudden change situation.
Shadows have come across Texas Memorial Stadium. Longhorns need 9 yards to keep this drive alive late in the 2nd quarter. Swoops, 3-step drop, fires incomplete. He threw it over the top of Marcus Johnson, and that brings up 4th down.
And they brought the all-out blitz right there. They said, you know what, we're going to put man-to-man, we're going to bring pressure, we're going to try to get to Swoops. And Swoops knew it was coming. You could sense it, he could feel it, and you could see him rush that throw just a little bit. He didn't hang in the pocket, and the ball sailed on him, and that's why he wasn't able to complete that pass.
This will be a 39-yard attempt by Rose. 42 is his longest on the season. Middle of the field. The kick is away. Got it. The lead is now 24-3.
Well, they got the interception, and they were able to put points on the board and convert and kick the field goal right there. This Texas team, they're playing extremely well right now. They have a lot of confidence on both sides of the football right now. West Virginia now is going to get the ball back with a little bit of time. It's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do. Are they going to try to run out the clock with a minute 12? Or are they going to try to find a way to move the ball down the field and put points on the board?
Fox Sports 1 college football presented by Kay Jewelers. And it's 24-3 Texas. Upset alert here in Austin. Last year, things went awry for Texas. This year, under new management. Looks like they've got things at least in the right direction as they are into November.
And there's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. Change is never easy for anyone. And there's a process. The coaches talked about how patience is the key word for both people in the program and outside the program.
Boy, big leg, no return. So a touchback. No, getting back to Charlie Strong for a moment, I thought it was interesting when he discussed with us yesterday, Ryan, the fact that the expectations, it could take, what, 2, 3, 4 years to turn this thing around? He says, oh, no, we can do it much quicker.
Oh, yeah, his expectations are much quicker than 2 to 3 years. He understands the talent that they have. He understands the expectations this university and their alumni and their fan base have as well. So he's going to continue to build. He's going to start getting his players and his recruits in here to help them.
West Virginia back to work with Bowie. Spins his way to the 27-yard line. You know, Charlie Strong, now the head coach, 4 years at Louisville. He had great success there with 4 bowl games. He was back and forth with Florida. And now he is handpicked to rebuild Texas. Cedric Reed with the sack on Trickett. A loss of 11.
And you can see Cedric Green with a little bit of emotion, a little bit of flash right there. But he's going to rush upfield. He's going to use his hands. He's going to try to drive the offensive lineman back and trick it when he tries to escape. Cedric Green's right there for the sack. That's how you want to collapse the pocket. If you're not able to get around the offensive lineman, push him back and try to wait for the quarterback to come off and make that sack.
Well, you saw Trickett had his helmet pop off. And so Skylar Howard, a sophomore out of Fort Worth, Texas. This will be his first game action since against Kansas back in early October.
Nothing like coming off the bench in a third and long situation.
Hey, Howard, grab a helmet, but you could reinsert Clint Trickett if Dana Holgorsen calls a timeout. So Trickett did go to the sideline, as we saw. And as we mentioned, Howard was talking to Dana Holgorsen. The coach says, let's call timeout. That means Trickett can go back in and quarterback this football team.
That's a smart move. You don't want to bring the backup off the bench in a third and long situation. You're backed up in your own end zone. You have a bad snap or anything goes awry in that situation. That's not what you want. Call the timeout. Allow your starter to stay in the game.
This crowd is revved up. Dell halftime report just around the corner. 24-3. 3rd and 17. Trickett from the gun. They play conservative. Smallwood into the pile at the 25.
Well, they ran a simple draw play. It looks like they're going to let the clock run down right there.
This season, first time they've been held to 3 points. First time under 150 yards of total offense. And so the final seconds will tick away with no play. And this crowd applauds on their feet in Austin with their Longhorns on top 24-3. Texas 24, West Virginia 3. We send you now to Rob Stone in Los Angeles. Fox Sports 1 College Football is presented by Kay Jewelers. Welcome back to Austin, Texas. Craig Bolerjack and Ryan Neese watching an upset in the making. West Virginia, 23rd ranked, trailing on the road 24-3. What's your thoughts? Run game's been impressive for Texas.
Texas has been pounding the rock, and they've been physical at the point of contact. We picked out one play. They've had a number of successful plays, but we picked out one play that really shows how they've been blocking West Virginia. They're getting a hat on this trap play. The tight end comes across, kicks out the end. The guards come out and seal the linebackers, and they leave their dynamic running back, Malcolm Brown, one-on-one to get to the second level. If they continue to block like that, it's going to be a long day for West Virginia's defense. They have to find a way to shore that up and find a way to correct those things and find a way to get to that ball carrier.
You remember Texas won the toss. They deferred. So they get the football to start the second half of play, and they've got the 24-3 lead. By the way, Malcolm Brown and Jonathan Gray both shaken up with some shoulder issues in the first half. Both available to play in the second half for Charlie Strong. Molinari gets a leg into it. No return. Texas on a touchback. And we talk about the Longhorns, Ryan. I'll tell you what separated the Longhorns and the Mountaineers. Ground game. 22 touches, 8.2 yards a touch.
It's been impressive. And we just showed the diagram. They're getting a hat on a hat with their blocking. They're creating seams and holes that you and I could both run through. And when you got running backs like Malcolm Brown and Jonathan Gray, they're going to be off to the races. They're going to get to the second level. And these special running backs, that's all they need. They need a simple crease. These guys are getting gaping holes, and they're taking full advantage of it.
Malcolm Brown in that backfield with Swoops. 1st and 10, 25-yard line. Brown. He got popped midway through that second quarter, and he stopped for no gain by Kwiatkowski, the middle linebacker for West Virginia.
And I'm sure Tony Gibson, the defensive coordinator, talked to his defense, told them to settle down. And one of the things that you have to do as a defense to attack a running game like this, you have to get vertical penetration, and your linebackers have to play downhill and find a way to deliver blows to all the blockers in their way.
2nd down at 10. Shipley in motion on a rollout of Swoops. On his back foot, how about that throw? John Harris with the reception. Swoops just showed us on that rollout, good arm, right on a line, and a pickup of 16.
Well, that's a sprint out pass where the quarterback takes the ball, and right when he takes it at the shotgun, he's going to sprint to his right. And as soon as he finds the open receiver running the curl route, he has to deliver that ball right on time. And that worked to perfection.
You know, in high school, Swoops basically ran over their opponent. His high school, he was dominant. They've had to teach him how to throw the ball with touch. And that was a good example. Handoff, Brown bangs his way past the 45 to the 48-yard line. You wouldn't think that Swoops would have to be taught. But you know what? He was such an elite athlete that he had no problem with high school opponents.
Well, they said he was 2 times bigger than everybody. Smallest division in the state of Texas. He came from a very small town. He had to find a way to continue to grow as an athlete, and he's still trying to learn the position. He's still trying to learn all the nuances to play the quarterback position and play it at a high level.
2nd down and 3. Off the edge pressure, straight ahead running. 1st down and more. Malcolm Brown follows De La Torre, the fullback. Lone Star distance from his hometown of White Wright, Texas. It's 256 miles to Austin. Just over 1,700 is the population, and not a stoplight in town.
Yeah, we asked him if there was a stoplight in town. He said, no, I think there's 2 stop signs. There's no stoplight.
I think it was a 4-way.
A 4-way stop.
4-way.
He came from a very small town, and right now you can see he's continuing to grow. He's continuing to learn his position. When you can play with confidence, you can play at a high level.
On a pitch. Brown cut down, try to throw a stiff arm, and he's up in it at the 39-yard line. Tonkery and Kwiatkowski in on that stop. Time for our first half stats, brought to you by Geico. As we look at the numbers, I'll tell you the rush yards jump out at you. Total yards 268 for Texas, 141 for West Virginia. 5 flags against the Mountaineers for 46 yards.
Well, the rush yards are impressive. And one of the things that happens is it takes the air out of the game. It allows Texas to control the clock, allows the clock to run down, and all of a sudden you're keeping this West Virginia high-powered offense on the sidelines.
Play action, Swoops in the pocket, pressured, hit from behind, wobbles a pass downfield, and it's incomplete. Worley looked like he tipped a pass. The left corner coming in to pressure Swoops.
And that was the first time that you saw him get a little grass stains on his uniform and got a little pressure. And that's what West Virginia needs to do more of. They need to find a way to harass him, make him uncomfortable. He is a young quarterback. He doesn't like to be hit. He doesn't like to be harassed. Find a way to get in the backfield. Let's dial up some blitzes on these 3rd downs and find a way to put some pressure on him.
Play clock at 7. Swoops, deep ball, steps into it, up top, climbing up high, incomplete. One of those 50-50 balls on a jump. John Harris, one-on-one with Chestnut, the right corner.
Well, they brought the all-out blitz. They left one-on-one Chestnut outside with John Harris, the big receiver. And he told us, hey, I get 50-50 balls. He's going to go back to the film room. He missed that one. He had an opportunity to come back and make a play. And what he did, he waited for the ball to come down. He didn't go attack the ball at the highest point. You got to attack the ball at the highest point if you want to make that catch.
Michael Davidson, and to punt away for Texas. Punches it up high. Angles of the corner. 12-yard line. And West Virginia works it back to the 27. Oh, we got a late flag. Get on that pile. Late flag on that pile. As we look around the campus of Austin, 50,000 students, 39 undergraduates. Here's a call.
Personal foul, face mask, kicking change, 15 yards will be added at the end of the run. First down, timeout.
Now we'll step aside. West Virginia up next. Big hits so far in this game, dominated by the Longhorns of Texas.
I've seen a number of woo hits. What are woo hits? That's when the whole crowd goes woo. And you see one right there. Texas is flying around defensively, making some big-time hits. They're playing physical, and they're playing with a lot of energy and a lot of emotion, and that trickles down from their head coach. Well, West Virginia has to respond right now. They had to go and make some corrections at halftime. Let's see what this offense can do. I want to see them start making some plays down the field and attacking this Texas defense.
Well, West Virginia's got to start making plays. Punt, pick, and then halftime. They have struggled. Only a field goal to their credit. Nice pass, pitch and catch, far side, White. Put his toes down, first down, pick up a 10. White came in fourth in the FBS in receiving yards, nearly 120 a game, averaging eight catches a ball game.
And they're getting man-to-man coverage on the outside. And they're going to give them that much cushion. You take that route, that comeback route all day long.
Trickett, shotgun, sets up a screen on the hands of Dreama Smith.
They've tried to run the screen a number of times. Now, I've been impressed with Texas's defensive linemen. That's not easy to be able to sniff that out. Those guys pin their ears back. They rush the passer. To be able to put their foot in the ground, turn and run, and get to that ball carrier. That's a nice job by their defensive line.
No gain, second down and 10. 3 wide, near side. Quick throw, got a couple of blockers. Nice move. Jordan Thompson, inside receiver, wiggles his way for big yards. Steve Edmond with the tackle, and a first down, West Virginia. Big drive right now for the Mountaineers.
This is a statement drive, and they're finding rhythm and building confidence, which they need offensively.
Quick hitter, Dreama Smith. Last week against TCU, he touched it 12 times for 70 yards and a touchdown. Cedric Reed in on the stop with a host of Longhorns, a pickup of 4. That brings up second down and 6. Low snap for Trickett. Flags are out.
They got a false start.
False start. Offense. Number 57. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's the left tackle, Adam Pankey.
Sometimes when you're moving this fast as an offense, it's hard for your offensive lineman to get to the ball, get settled before the snap. Right there, they got caught.
Now 6 flags on West Virginia for 51 yards. Texas, a near flawless game thus far. Trickett in the pocket. Throws, contact, and double coverage. And a flag is out at the 11-yard line. Kevin White in between Haynes and Diggs, the safety and corner.
Pass interference. Defense, number 6. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Well, what's interesting about this call is you're going to see Quadre Diggs, number 6, at the top of the screen. As he comes off, he puts his hands on the back of the receivers, and gives him a little bit of push. But that really wasn't a catchable ball. Kevin White couldn't have caught that ball. They shouldn't have thrown the flag there in that situation.
Now it's 1st and 10. Texas showing blitz at the 23-yard line. Here they come. Mountaineers run it. It's Andrew Bowie out of Jacksonville, Florida. A run of 6, second down, clock at 9.5 minutes. Bowie alongside Trickett. 3-step drop, he's dancing. He throws it a flat. And Bowie tries to jump out for a first down. Let's see what the mark is. the 11-yard line. So move the chains.
When you get down in the red zone, watch them take their shots to the slot receivers and Kevin White at the top of the screen.
Bowie, the back with Trickett. Handoff. And he's flipped over the 10-yard line to the 9. Jordan Hicks, the weak side linebacker. I love what Vance Bedford said to us yesterday. Of course, he had to go through the process of getting to know his team as well. He said, I'd love to have 3 more, Jordan Hicks. What a compliment as Trickett pedals back. In zone he goes. Up top. And out past the arms of Da'Keil Shorts, number 6.
Da'Keil Shorts was lined up in the slot, and that's where you want to take your shots. He runs a corner route, and Trickett just wasn't accurate with that ball and didn't give his receiver a chance. Now all of a sudden, 3rd and long, the back's against the wall. You got to come up with the right play. I'm guessing they go with their playmaker, Kevin White.
West Virginia just 2 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. Trickett in the pocket, pressure, dumps it underneath. And reaching out to the 7-yard line is Mario Alford. Hicks again. Great speed, chased him down. 4th down. West Virginia needs to get to the 2-yard line.
Well, Jordan Hicks just showed his athleticism. He was lined up against one of the fastest players on the field, running across stride for him, and came up with a big tackle to force a 4th down.
Big 4th down. Trickett stands. Caught, read, Kevin White wrapped up by Hicks. This crowd's crazy.
Well, you can hear it right now, and they're cheering for their defense because their defense is making plays. They just got off the field. This is the 9th-ranked pass defense in the country, and they're proving it today. The way they're flying around, playing physical, and shutting down West Virginia's offense.
Keep it here on Fox Sports 1 and Fox for the best college football games all day long, including the game of the week. How about Kansas State, 6th ranked, takes on 7th ranked TCU. Don't even touch the remote. Keep it here. On Fox Sports 1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. You know, after the last 4th down play, you see Dana Holgorsen and Clint Trickett discussing that 4th down play. I think he's trying to explain, look, I was looking for him underneath. He didn't go up top.
Well, he didn't have anybody open. When you look at that 4th down play, there wasn't a single receiver open. He threw to the open man that was covered up, and that was why it was a tackle. There's going to be a lot of communication on the sideline. They're going to have to get things corrected in their passing game. Jonathan
Gray banged up a shoulder in the first half off the left side, picks up 3. Halfway through the 3rd, and Clint Trickett is on the phone.
He's probably talking upstairs. They're playing zone coverage. They're playing man coverage. Texas is mixing it up on him, and their receivers aren't sitting in the holes. When you have zone coverage, your receivers have to find the open holes for you.
I guarantee he's not talking to mom. Swoops on a rollout. How about that throw? On the run on a rollout, and he finds Jackson Shipley. He came in with 51 receptions, Mr. Consistent, and he gains 13.
Well, what I love about Shipley is he just does all the things right. He does all the dirty things that a wide receiver can do. He'll block, he'll catch, and the way he ran that route to put his foot in the ground, turn his head, spin his head around, turn his hips, and open up a target for his quarterback was an excellent job.
Now he's catching, or trying to catch Roy Williams on that receiving list at Texas. Back to the ground. Pads are popping and not much room for Jonathan Gray. He took a big hit from KJ Dillon. We have seen Brown, we've seen Gray, Deontay Foreman, the freshman, Dejae Johnson. I mean, despite the fact that Charlie Strong cleaned some house and, you know, some players decided to leave, there's still talent on this football field.
There's still a number of 4- or 5-star recruits. There's still a ton of talent on this football field.
2nd down, 9. On a play action, swoops deep. He's been wrong a couple of times. I mean, you kind of expect that from a young quarterback as he overthrew the ball to Shipley.
You do expect that early in the season. But at this point in the season, you would think that you would have a better relationship with your wide receivers, understanding the speed of each wide receiver. Shipley, he may not run as fast as Harris, and vice versa. You got to understand who you're throwing to and when you're throwing it to him and give him a chance. Right now, he's not hitting his receivers on those long fade routes. That's something he's going to have to continue to improve on.
Ryan, we talked to him yesterday. He walked in, big smile on his face, grabbed my hand, and say it reached up to my elbow.
His hands are ginormous. They wrap all the way around my hands as well.
Texas forced to take a timeout. Play clock down to 1. We'll step aside. Charlie Strong and the Longhorns up big on West Virginia. Fox Sports 1 college football is presented by Kay Jewelers. Texas leading West Virginia 24-3. I'm going to take you back in time. It was just the second all-time meeting between these two teams. It was 2012, October 6th. Geno Smith got it done. 93 points were scored in a shootout. 4 touchdown throws by Geno. And West Virginia would win the ball game 48-45. Texas at that time, 11th ranked. West Virginia, number 8.
I think every game Geno Smith was in was a shootout.
Yes,
he
sir.
could light up a scoreboard.
Ball pops out, incomplete. Swoops trying to throw a little middle screen to Jonathan Gray and Shaq Petway. With a nice hit. Ball's out, 4th down, 9. Texas will punt.
That was a nice play by Shaq Petway. Came up, put his hat on the football, popped it out. He's one of the most productive football players, even as a backup. One of the most productive defensive players for West Virginia. They need more playmakers like that to step up late in this game.
Davidson with the punt for Texas. Takes a Longhorn bounce, picked up. Vernon Davis Jr. and returns it back to the 36-yard line. You know, last year, November 9th, overtime, high-scoring affair once again. 8 lead changes in this game. The final, Texas 47, West Virginia 40. Case McCoy threw a 2-yard touchdown to the hero of the night, De La Torre. I'd say there's been some showdowns, but today has not been the case. Let's see what West Virginia has up their sleeve here late in the 3rd quarter. Jordan Thompson with the catch, 41-yard line. That brings up 2nd down. That was interesting. Road teams won every game.
I love how series history, it's 3 games,
Yeah.
but it's been a shootout in a lot of the games. Right now, West Virginia, though, on the road, needs to find a way to come together if they want to get back in this game.
Down 3 touchdowns. Nice stiff arm, Smallwood. Hits the edge, past midfield, 1st down, 49-yard line. Duke Thomas in on the stop for Texas. Trickett just trying to stay calm. You know what? And that helps in that 11-man huddle. Right side. Smallwood for 2.
And right now, they're looking at Texas' defense. And they got 2 safeties high. Their corners are playing off. They're playing for the pass. They only got 6 guys to block in the box. That's why they're trying to run against it right now.
2nd down and 8. Cricket over the middle. Tough throw, even a tougher catch. And is brought in by Cody Clay, the H-back. That's his 5th reception of the season out of Plum Creek, West Virginia. How about that? Take a glance at the sideline. Decipher that for me, will you?
I don't know necessarily what that play call is right there, but hopefully it's going to be effective.
Is that an anteater? Yes, it is.
That's an ant.
3rd down and 2. Trickett, deep, man open. Oh, just off the hands of Alford.
Well, back-to-back, Vance Bedford, the defensive coordinator for Texas, brings the all-out blitz. It worked in the last play. It almost didn't work on this play. Mario Alford is a speedy wide receiver, the go-to big play receiver, gets behind the defensive back. He's got to come up with that catch in that situation, and you can see Trickett's frustrated.
4th down and 2. Trickett fires far side on the hands of Thompson and moved the chains. 1st down. Good throw by Trickett.
He's just got that demeanor about him. You see him in the pocket, even on the 4th down. He just looks calm, cool, and collected. That's confidence.
15 yards on the reception, right back. They set up a little bubble screen. Kevin White trying to get around the edge, and he's bumped out of bounds. Get a little physical out there as he had a word or two for Quandre Diggs. They've been going at it all day.
Well, Kevin White's working for every inch. You haven't seen him catch a ball where he's been open. He's been tackled. He's been harassed the entire day, and that's a testament to Texas's defense.
Mountaineers go right back to work. Over the top, big catch, and it's out. Big hit. Jordan Thompson went up high, and Diggs, who was having a word with White, just delivered a big hit.
Quandre Diggs just comes out from the right side of your screen to break up that pass, and he's reading the quarterback's eyes. If you read the quarterback's eyes and you're disciplined, he's going to tell you where he's throwing the football. Trickett's looking that throw down all the way, and Diggs was all over it.
Boy, Thompson, Ryan, took a big hit in the ribs, exposed himself to get that ball. 3rd down and 8. Play clock at 5. Low snap, Trickett. Looks right, now he's out of the pocket. Throws, out of bounds. They'll bring up 4th down.
You probably got a holding call right now. I mean, they're bringing the 4-man rush, and they're still getting the Trickett. They're in the backfield.
Holding. Offense, number 67. Penalties decline. 4th down.
You know, we talked to defensive coordinator Vance Bedford yesterday, and I tell you, he made an interesting statement. We were talking about how offenses have morphed. He said, if you don't adjust, you become a dinosaur. And in my book, dinosaurs, as we all know, are extinct.
That was a great statement. But you know what? He's playing old school football.
Yes.
Rushing 4, dropping
Blitzing.
7, blitzing. He's getting after this West Virginia team all day long.
This will be a 40-yard attempt by Josh Lambert. Boots it. No. You notice on that kick, not a lot of follow-through, more of a punch. And he comes up short from 40. Tough day in Austin for Dana Holgorsen and West Virginia, down 21 on Fox Sports 1. Here's a Quicken Loans game summary. And Ron, you talked about it in the pregame, just about the run offense that we saw last week against Texas Tech by Texas, a season-high 241. Brown and Gray, both.
Look at that
with a 100-yard day.
Look at that average. 12 yards a carry. Wow.
Swoops on a rollout. Down on a knee, but it's incomplete to Ja'Cory Warwick. That stops the clock under 4 minutes left, 3rd quarter. 2nd down 10. Swoops just a sophomore. He stands 6'4", goes 243. 9th career start.
He looks like he has more growing to do. I mean, just that type of body. He can put a little bit more size in that frame. He has a bright future ahead of him.
No, you could put him at defensive end if he keeps going. But they're going to keep him at quarterback. He's the future for Texas. Now he'll tuck and run. Dragged down from behind. Dontrell Hyman. Good to see Hyman back on the field. Number 99, he's been out a couple of games with knee problems out of Warsaw, South Carolina.
Well, another big 3rd down for West Virginia's defense. They're going to have to put pressure. Let's see if they go man-to-man and bring a blitz, do something to find a way to get in the backfield. Either they're going to shut down the run or put pressure on the quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if they dial up a blitz right now.
Ron, you get a stop here, you force the punt. You should have good field position if you're West Virginia. Texas 3 of 9 on converting 3rd downs. They need 5 to keep the drive alive. And off the hands, incomplete. Chestnut was on the back of Johnson, and that brings up 4th and 5.
And they did. That's exactly what they did. They brought the all-out blitz, 0 coverage. All their corners were matched up man-to-man in a bump-and-run situation, and they had to lock down the wide receivers, and they did a nice job. Chestnut was all over his player, broke up that pass, and now they're going to get the ball back to their offense.
Davidson back at his 15-yard line to punt away for Texas. Vernon Davis. Over the shoulder catch. Ball comes out at the 25. And West Virginia recovers at the 25-yard line. Time for a Lowe's Never Stop Improving game break. Let's check in with Alan Massengill.
Could we be looking at a big shakeup in the playoff rankings? Texas A&M and number 3 Auburn. Tigers field goal attempt blocked. Aggies, DeShazer Everett takes it back 65 yards for the TD. A&M up 35-17. Back to you, Craig and Ryan.
All right, Alan, we'll keep an eye on that. My, oh my, that was shake it up.
Oh, yeah. If Auburn goes down, that will definitely send shockwaves through the playoff system.
Trickett back to work. Finds his favorite target, Kevin White. Dylan Haynes brought him down. He's just trying to get some offense rolling. And you know, when you need offense, you go to Kevin White.
You go to Kevin White, and they're getting 4 or 5 yards, maybe 10 at a time. But we need to see Kevin White get 15 or 20.
Yeah, just waiting for that big play. Out of the backfield, Smallwood made a tough catch around his knees, and he's bumped out of bounds at the 35-yard line. He's near the first down marker. And it's just about a football shy. It's going to be 3rd down. Did not get the first. 3rd down and short. Bowie came out of the backfield. I don't know if that ball was deflected or it just slipped out of his hands.
Just wasn't an accurate throw. Your running back is slipping out of the backfield. You got to get the ball out on time. That's not an easy throw, but Trickett can make that throw. He just didn't get it done right there.
No surprise, Holgerson goes for it on 4th and short. Bowie, handoff, first down, spins out of the tackle 50. And takes the ball to the 47-yard line. Haynes brought him down, an 18-yard gain by the elusive Andrew Bowie.
Well, they needed that. That offense needed Andrew Bowie to step up. Got it done. Hopefully, it's going to energize this offense.
1st and 10 at the 49 of Texas. Trickett throws up high. White still on his feet. Stiff arms his way to the 40-yard line. They'll be 2nd down and short. Blew it, ran him out of bounds. A heavy dose right now of Kevin White.
I would go to my playmaker as well, and he's finding those open holes in this Texas zone coverage defense. And one of the challenges, Texas is playing 2 safeties deep. This two-man coverage is not allowing West Virginia to throw the ball vertically down the field, and that's why you see all these underneath routes.
11th catch of the day for White, 86 now in the season. Quick hit, left side, jumping over the top of the pile. Dustin Garrison. His first touch of the day, only his 18th carry of the season. And right now, West Virginia's got rhythm. They've got time, 1:34 clock runs. Field goal won't do you much good here, Ryan Neese. Got to find the end zone. Garrison again. Hand off 2 yards to the 33.
Craig, and they've crossed over the 50-yard line a number of times today.
All day.
And they've come up short. They haven't been able to punch it in. They've missed field goals. They haven't been able to put points on the board. And late in the game like this, late in this 3rd quarter, you got to find a way to take this drive and turn it into 7.
3 wide receivers, top of your screen. Trickett, shotgun, blitz showing. Here they come. Texas runs it up the middle. That was nearly a pick. Nice catch. In traffic by Alford. Duke Thomas nearly had a pick.
Duke Thomas was sitting all over that route, but Mario Alford, number 5, he works back to the football. That's why he was able to secure that catch. He extends his hands, he works back, and that's why he was able to pull that away from that defensive back.
3rd down and 1. Trickett exclusively from the gun. Quick throw near side and off the hands of Alford. Incomplete. Well, there's no doubt what Dana Holgorsen will call. I mean, he's going for it. 4th and 1.
Oh, no, he's going to go for it. 4th and 1. You have your offensive line. Somebody's got to step up and make a play. They've been able to run the ball in these situations. Let's see if they go back to that with the lead block.
Mountaineers 2 of 3 converting 4th downs in this game. They need a yard. Handoff. And a 1st down. Garrison off the left side to the 22. Well, I saw a helmet pop off, and it's Pankey. He's going off the field, 57. He'll have to hit the sideline for a play.
Pankey, number 57, you see his helmet slip off the defensive player's hand, gets up into a space mask and knocks it off. But that was a nice job by their offensive line just to give them a seam to open up that hole so they could get that 1st down.
West Virginia on the move, but down by 21 as we go to the 4th quarter. Here in Austin, West Virginia, Texas on Fox Sports 1. Fox Sports 1 college football is presented by K Jewelers as we take you to the Texas Football Hall of Fame. I'll tell you, some greats have come through here. Of course, Vince Young, Darrell Royal, Ricky Williams. So the list is long.
I played on this field against Texas, against Ricky Williams, had him in the open field. And my eyes lit up and said, wow, that's Ricky Williams. As soon as I said that, he flew by me and had about a 25-yard run.
Right now, West Virginia wants a touchdown. 1st and 10. Trickett in the pocket, pulls it back down. He's out of the pocket at the 20. Hook slides, takes a big hit just short of the 1st down. Steve Edmond. But a smart play to get down on the ground by Trickett.
Well, he almost got down a little too soon. Steve Edmonds zeroing in on him like a laser, like you should when you see a quarterback running, but Trickett dives down just at the last second.
Trickett. Pitch and catch far side and pushed out of bounds to stop the clock is Alford. And right now, West Virginia, a little swagger back, but they're still down 21. So far, just a field goal in the 1st quarter of 22 yards by Lambert. That's it, scoring-wise for the Mountaineers. 1st and goal. From the aisle. Dreamer Smith tackled before he got even to the line. Texas, Ron, they had 3 players in the backfield.
Seemed like the entire team was in the backfield, but you're definitely right. Led by Cedric Reed, number 88. He's going to come off the edge. He's going to fight to get in the backfield. And this defense has impressed all game long. They've been physical. They've rallied to the football. And right now, when they're backed up, when West Virginia's trying to put points on the board, they come up with a big stop right there.
Yeah, a field goal will do you no good. Down 21. 4th quarter, under 14 minutes left. It's 2nd down and goal. Left side. Touchdown, Dreamer Smith.
Well, Dreamer Smith's going to come right off the left side of this offense. And the hole's big enough for him to run directly into the end zone. You're going to see right on the right-hand side of your screen. He's off to the races. He's got a nose for the end zone. He's not going to be denied right there. When you're that close, you lower your shoulder pads, you drive your feet, and you plunge in for a touchdown.
5th rushing touchdown of the season for Smith. He bangs in from 9 yards out. Now the PAT. Coming right at you. And Josh Lambert connects. Dreamer Smith with a 9-yard scamper. 14-play drive. 75 yards. 14-point game in Austin. Welcome back. Fox Sports 1 college football presented by K Jewelers. Bevo doesn't look too happy after that West Virginia drive. A 14 plays, 75 yards, and 4:37 off the clock. Changes this game in a big way. Two touchdowns, a lot of time.
And West Virginia needed that. They needed that. They needed that on offense. They needed to reestablish their momentum. Now let's see what their defense can do. Can their defense rise to the occasion and find a way to get off this field? This is going to be a big-time defensive stand for West Virginia.
Foreman and Johnson are set to return. The kick from Michael Molinari. Short, 20-yard line. Fair catch. Let's check out the Niesman Heisman Watch, and it jumps around weekly. Ryan, a lot of people with different thoughts. Prescott from Mississippi State. Mariota, if you look down, 2,500 yards, 26 touchdowns, miraculously just one pick. Amazing.
Yeah, amazing, and he's playing at a high level. A lot of people don't get a chance to watch him because his games are so late on the East Coast. He's playing at a high level. Boykin from TCU, he's continuing to light up the scoreboard and light up the stats as well.
Now, what a year he's had. TCU, Kansas State later on Fox. Banging away is Malcolm Brown.
Right before that run, West Virginia's defense has held Texas to only 28 yards rushing in this second half. They've done a nice job rallying, getting off their blocks, finding a way to be physical and pursuing to the football. They got to stay in their gaps because Texas is going to try to continue to run the ball and eat up this clock.
That was a gain of 4 for Brown. Just 31 yards rushing for the Longhorns. Keeping his feet is Brown. Tell you what, you know you got a good back when he's 222 pounds and could put a hand down on the turf and still get you 4 more yards.
To show that balance and to continue to drive your feet and not go down right there when that defensive player hits you. That's a running back that has all the talent, all the God-given ability to be a special player. He's going to make it to the next level because he understands how to run in between tackles. He understands how to fight for those extra yards. And the coaches at the next level love running backs like that.
He's working on another 100-yard game. He had 116 last week in the win against Tech. And they're bringing the chains out. So about a half a football shy, and there's a game, if you're a Big 12 fan, keep an eye on. Kansas State unbeaten in conference play against TCU.
Coach Snyder, what an impressive coach. He continues to have his players play at a high level. They're not 4- or 5-star recruits, but they play disciplined football. They don't beat themselves. Reason why they're undefeated in the Big 12.
There's a guy named Lockett on that team that's not too bad.
Oh, yeah. He's a dynamic player. Punt returner, kickoff returner, wide receiver. Not a lot of people can slow him down.
You know, and the other thing about Kansas State, Snyder's done it twice. Rebuilt the Cats, left, came back, rebuilt them again.
And it's interesting, we go around the league and we talk to a number of coaches, even Coach Strong. They reference Coach Snyder. They show the respect that all the coaches across this conference have for him.
Big third down. About a half a football for Texas. Under center, swoops, handoff. Just got it. Off the right side. Behind Perkins and Hughes.
Now Benton, number 17, he's going to shoot his gun. He's going to get in the backfield. He just gets turned a little bit where he can't make that tackle, and you can see he was frustrated. That run right there was a character run. And that offense showed a lot of character, showed their toughness, showed their mentality to fight for that yard.
That was just the Longhorns' 4th first down of the second half on a rollout of Swoops. And he throws it away. Out of the tackle box, just live to play another day.
And that's a smart football play by that young quarterback. Rolls out, doesn't see anybody open initially. Let's just find a way to throw the ball away, not put my team in a bad situation. The last thing they need is a turnover right now, because West Virginia, they're hunting for it right now.
Took over after David Ash was beat up in week 1 against North Texas. You feel bad for Ash. He's had a career of concussions, and he decided to hang it up after that first week. And you hand the ball now to Swoops, who's learning on the job. Stacked up. They jump all over Malcolm Brown. No gain. 3rd down.
Well, another big 3rd down for this defense. They're backed up. If they can find a way to stop Texas right now, they can force a punt and get really good field position. They're going to have to play sound up front. These defensive linemen have to get off the blocks, and the linebackers, starting with Kwiatkowski, number 35, he's got to get in the backfield. He's got to rally the troops right now and inspire his team to step up.
This isn't 3rd and short. This is 3rd and 10. Play clock at 6. Swoops from the gun. 3-step drop. Rainbows a throw. I'm not sure who he was throwing to.
Well, Shipley was running the go route, but he came off. He broke the route off and ran a comeback. And they just weren't on the same page. You're going to see Shipley work to the bottom of the screen, and he breaks off a curl route right there, really a comeback route. And Swoops is thinking he's running a go route. They weren't on the same page. And again, this late in the season, you don't like to see that between a quarterback and the wide receiver.
No, I was just going to say growing pains, and you answered it. You're right. This is game 10. Texas punts away. Big bounce inside the 5. Is it touched? Texas jumped on it, but a flag is down. Back inside the 35-yard line.
During the kick, holding, return team, number 17, half the distance to the goal from the end of the kick. 1st down, timeout.
That was a 63-yard punt. Long way to go for West Virginia. Down 14 on Fox Sports 1. Well, tonight the UFC returns to Fox Sports 1 with an epic night of fights from Brazil, including a light heavyweight showdown between 9th-ranked Shogun Rua and 10th-ranked Ovince St. Preux. UFC Fight Night tonight, 10:30 Eastern on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Boy, Longhorn fan through and through. Bring that cowbell.
He's had that seat for a long time.
We're going to start this drive officially at the 2-yard line. 98 yards to go, 10:41 to play here in the 4th, down 2 touchdowns. Trickett, 5 yards deep in his end zone. Watch out, thrown down. Safety Cedric Reed. You start at the 2, Ryan. You drop back, a 3-step drop. You're at the 7 yards deep in your end zone. There's no place to go.
Ball's got to come out of your hand right away. Nobody blocks Cedric Reed. He's a defensive end. He's one of the most disruptive players on that defensive line. I don't know how you don't block him, but they don't. He takes full advantage of it and gets the sack for a safety. Cedric Reed has played at a high level all game long. And, you know, we've talked to the NFL scouts. This is one of the players that they love to watch. His athletic ability, he's long, he's physical, he's explosive, and he comes up with a big-time play when their defense needed it.
Came in with 14 career sacks. He's durable, as you mentioned. 29th career start for Texas on a Cleveland, Texas, is Cedric Reed.
And offensively, you're backed up. When that ball gets snapped, you've got to find a way to get the ball out of your hands. It's got to be a quick read. It's got to be a bang play. So snap, bang, throw the ball. If it's not there, get it out of your hands so you don't take the sack.
You know, and Ryan, we just saw Holgerson and Trickett again for the 2nd time having a discussion. There is no one I think I've met on the Big 12 tour that's more in tune with his play than Clint Trickett.
He analyzes everything about his play. He spends the day after the game grading himself. He knows the mistakes that he's making. He understands the game better than anybody. He's a coach's son. But right now, he should have understood that situation a little bit better. And granted, he didn't get help. The offensive line didn't protect one of the most versatile and explosive players on the defensive line, and they let him get in the backfield.
Michael Molinari will kick from the 20-yard line after the safety scored by Texas. They dink it, and it's taken by Texas at the 38-yard line. Time for a game break. Let's check in with Alan Massengale.
Plenty more football on the menu. Number 18, UCLA, getting ready to face Washington here on Fox Sports 1. And the big one, number 6, TCU, taking on number 7, Kansas State. That game over on Fox at 7:30 Eastern. Back to you, Craig and Ryan.
All right, thank you, Alan. A lot of football left to be played and games that will have impact.
A lot of games that will have impact. A lot of games that will shake up the playoff system. I just want to acknowledge Lorenzo, number 84, in that last play. That was a little side pooch kick. Looked like an onside kick, and his ability to wait for this fair signal and secure that catch was a very smart football play by that young man.
Yeah, freshman Lorenzo Joe. Will they come around the edge? Dejae Johnson. They tried that in the second quarter. He hits the edge, and they'll mark him out at the 37, maybe a yard. Now they'll give him 2. West Virginia 3 timeouts, Texas with 2 as we hit the 10:30 mark. Must stop right here for West Virginia. Stack up the back, nowhere to run. Jonathan Gray hit by Shaq Riddick. And again, like Texas, West Virginia was in the Longhorns' backfield in a hurry.
They were, and when you're a running back in this situation late in the game and you're up, you got to have 2 hands around the football at all times. Because West Virginia, they're coached well, especially on defense. They're going to go in there, find a way to try to rake that football out, try to punch it out, try to cause a turnover. The running backs have to be very careful. All the ball carriers have to be very careful late in this game.
4 straight punts for Texas. They're looking at 3rd down and 10. Just 1 for the last 8 on 3rd downs. Play clock to 5. From the gun goes Swoops. Steps and throws. Short of the 1st down as West Virginia just kind of played soft. Marcus Johnson the catch, Worley with the tackle. And now 4th down for the Longhorns. Charlie Strong makes the call. 4th and 4. They stack 3 wide receivers up top. On a little dump out of the backfield, incomplete. It was off the hands of Gray. Petaway was in that backfield and blew that play up.
Petaway showed his athleticism right there to be able to scrape off. It was an all-out blitz. They tried to slip the running back out, but he scrapes off in coverage and breaks up that pass. Nice job.
Falling down puts a hand up.
Well, they almost got caught in that situation, and Petaway got him out of that situation by making a play and using an all-out effort to dive, read the play, and break up that pass. That's not easy. Put your foot in the ground on a blitz, turn, flip your hips, and cover a wide receiver coming out of the backfield. That's hard to do, and he got it done.
9:15 to play as both teams huddle during the exchange. So West Virginia quickly back on the field. Mountaineer defense delivered. They give the ball back to Clint Trickett.
They get the ball back to Clint Trickett. There's 9 minutes on the clock, plenty of time. This is an explosive offense. They can score and quickly. All they need to find a way is to protect the quarterback. Texas knows they're going to throw in this situation. Their defensive line, they're going to pin their ears back. They're going to scrape off the edge, try to put pressure up the middle in Trickett's face, not allow him to step up, which you need to do when you're trying to throw those deeper balls. So this offensive line has to find a way to play big right now.
Smallwood lines up alongside Trickett. 1st and 10. 9:15 to play. Smallwood stacked up a yard. Cedric Reed with the tackle. This Texas defense ranks top 15 in the FBS, Ryan, in sacks and picks. They came in with 69 tackles for losses. And they have really harassed Trickett all day. There's a ball up for grabs and through the hands of White. He wanted the flag, no call, 3rd down.
You can't look for a flag in that situation. You're Kevin White. That ball's coming to you. You go up and you make a play right there. You got to bail out your quarterback. Wasn't the best ball, but it gave you an opportunity to make a play. And you would fully expect Kevin White 9 times out of 10 to come up with that catch.
Third down and 9 for Trickett. Backs are split, stands in the pocket. Ball's out. Reed was in the backfield. Texas recovers. Paul Boyette Jr. jumps on the loose ball.
Well, once again, Cedric Reed, number 88 on the right side of your screen. They've lined him up on the left side. They've lined him up on the right side. And all he's done is wreak havoc no matter where he's lined up. And once again, he's in the backfield for a sack fumble. And you can see him reach around and break down Trickett's arm right there before the ball gets out. That's a fumble all the way. This defensive line is playing out of their mind right now.
How about this day? 7 tackles, 3 sacks, and a forced fumble. Give a game ball to Cedric Reed. And now a chance for Texas to close the door on 23rd ranked West Virginia. On the ground, Brown jumps out of a tackle. Trickett's had opportunities. I'll tell you the key to this game, though, there's been pressure. Texas has been in that West Virginia backfield time and time again. He's found White, but just still no rhythm.
Last week, Trickett got hit a bunch. TCU gave it to him, and he was hit all over the place. He doesn't like that, and no quarterback does. And once again, Texas has come in here, and they've done the same thing. They've gotten in his face, they've sacked him a number of times, and they've knocked him down to the field plenty of times.
Second down and 12, swoops under center on a 5-step drop. Throws that ball, and it's incomplete. Boy, Darryl Worley.
Darryl
Tipped
Worley
that pass, yeah.
Almost came up with a big play right there. Had the interception that slipped through his fingers. But you know, Swoops, the young quarterback, he's trying to step up and make a play right there. You don't need to try to thread the needle. You're up big at home. Let's try to find a way to tuck that football. You're athletic. Keep that ball, tuck it, and run for some yards.
Now third down and 12. Clock's past 8 minutes left. And another third down looking right at Texas. They need 12 yards. Swoops picked off by Worley. Puts a hand down on the ground and covered up at the 20-yard line. So West Virginia gets the turnover and Trickett's back on the field. 7:48 to play.
I'm sure Charlie Strong is going to say something to Swoops in that situation, because if you're going to throw the ball and you're going to try to make a play, you don't want to force it. You don't want to create a turnover when you're backed up. Right there, Swoops creates a turnover, interception. Let's see what West Virginia can do with the ball now.
Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Boys and Girls Club help young people to reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens through programs that promote character, leadership, education, healthy lifestyles, and so much more. For more information, visit foxsportsupports.com. So the turnover gives West Virginia the football. Down 16, 7:48 to play. On the ground, Dreamus Smith has room 30 at the 35-40. Dreamus 50, Dreamus 40, Dreamus 30, and out of bounds he goes at the 20, call it now the 17-yard line. Duke Thomas finally got him out of bounds. Big run.
Dreamus shows his vision, bounces to the outside, and then shows his speed. I mean, that's exactly what this West Virginia offense needed. They needed a big-time play in this situation. Now they're in the red zone. They got to put points on the board and get a touchdown here.
I'd say that big play was 62 yards. Trickett dances, sets up the screen. It's Dreamus Smith. Heads to the sideline, lowers his pads, takes a shot down around the 7-yard line.
Dreamus doesn't think the game is over. He thinks there's plenty of time on the clock, and he showed it on back-to-back plays, and that's what you're afraid of. That's why that turnover was such a poor throw by Swoops in that situation, because he gave the ball back to West Virginia. You're giving them hope, and now they have an opportunity to capitalize on it.
Drema Smith checks out. Wendell Smallwood checks in. On the ground, here comes West Virginia pushing the pile. And that pile is past the 5. They'll mark it at the 3-yard line. Orlovsky, Quentin Spain. Nice blocking up front by the center and left guard of West Virginia. Under 7 minutes left. Critical drive right here for West Virginia. Popping through. Smallwood. Touchdown. Not over.
No, not over at all. And West Virginia showed their confidence, showed that they can have the opportunity to make plays both in the run and the pass. And right now they're going to go for 2 because they need 8 points here.
Dana Holgorsen with his arms folded. Frustrating day, but still West Virginia late in this ball game. Still with a chance on the road in Austin. Now the reviewing, but I don't think there's a question that he's in. He put the hand down, but the ball broke the plane, and yeah, we're going to play on. Touchdown it is on a 2-point conversion try. The first of the season for West Virginia. Trickett in the pocket, looks to the end zone. Tried to dig it out, incomplete. Kevin White on the back line of the end zone, and it's a 10-point game. 6:38 to play. 26-16 Texas. Back in Austin, Texas 26, West Virginia 16, and Ryan, that last scoring drive by the Mountaineers set up by their defense.
Well, they got the turnover. Swoops threw an errant pass. Worley was all over, picked it off, and then they got the running game going. They got an explosive play, 62-yard run that really helped solidify that drive and give them an opportunity to put points on the board.
Smallwood runs it in from 3 yards out. 4 plays, 80 yards, a minute 10. You expecting onside?
Well, I'm expecting onside all day. They need the ball back, and they need it now.
Takes a bounce, but it's covered up at the 49-yard line. Never got that wicked shot off the turf. And Shipley, the good hands team, was all on top of it.
Shipley's all over that. Any ball in his direction, he's going to secure it. But you would think that the amount of time that these kickers have to practice, you could get these kicks down right. Very rarely do you ever see them get the bounce or give their team the opportunity. Obviously, it was driven too far down the field. No one had a chance.
It was getting ready to come back up off the grass or the turf, but Shipley was there to secure it. 49-yard line of West Virginia. Texas starts this drive leading by 10. Texas trying to go 5-5 on the season. They would jump to 4-3 in Big 12 play. Swoops takes a fall, just got the ball handed off. And West Virginia wraps up. Jonathan Gray, Wachuku, number 97. UCLA, Washington next, right here on Fox Sports 1. On the big station, Fox, it's Kansas State TCU tonight. Football, and more football.
When we spent time with the Texas coaching staff, one of the things they said they needed to do better was finish. They wanted to find a way to finish strong, finish each drive, finish each play. Now they have an opportunity to finish this game.
Swoops under center. Boy, stumbling, falling Brown. He was tripped up as soon as he got possession of that football. And maybe it was Swoops that tripped him up.
Swoops has had 3 plays in a row. He had the interception, and he's had back-to-back run plays.
Sure enough, yeah. Great angle. The left foot caught him.
Yeah, where he's in the way. I mean, the nerves, the situation can't be too big for you. I know you're playing at home against a ranked opponent, but you can't let your nerves get the best of you. You got to settle your nerves right now and allow your team to do what they've been doing all game long, run the ball, and run this clock out.
3rd down and 13, clock under 5.5 to go. from the gun. Swoops. Good protection, throws. Nearly picked for the second straight possession. It was Worley again.
Worley's all over the place. He's right in tune where Swoops is trying to throw the football, and he's got to come up with that interception. I mean, that would have been another big-time play by Worley. And again, Swoops is a little late on his delivery. He's a little hesitant. He's holding the ball just a little bit too long. And when you're hesitating like that, you give the defense an opportunity to make those type of plays. Get the ball out of your hands. And if you're going to throw it with confidence.
Michael Davidson, the lefty, punts it away. Fair catch, wait for, taken at the 14-yard line. Tune in tomorrow for the Big 12 Women's Soccer Championship. It's West Virginia against the Sooners of Oklahoma. And coverage starts at 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central, right here on Fox Sports 1.
No, Craig, one of the things that we sat down and talked with a number of players over the years, and you see a certain confidence about them. You see a certain swagger about them. Swoops, he was a little bit passive for a quarterback. You want a guy that has that killer instinct, and he's going to continue to develop that. In these situations, he needs to rise to the occasion. Clint Trickett has that swagger.
Ball in the 14. White dances on a trouble, breaks a tackle. Another. Great pursuit by Texas as they wrap him up.
And West Virginia has to score.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, on this drive, and you just mentioned, White's been bottled up all day long. They've tried to get him the ball, but they've done an excellent job rallying and tackling him.
Trickett in the pocket, brings it down. Now dumps it underneath. Boy, the pads are popping here in Austin. Smallwood takes a hit. He goes out of bounds. Now they wind the clock. 3rd down and 8. Must convert. Trickett looks downfield. Out of the pocket. Heads to the sideline. Oh, takes a shot. Thompson, the free safety. Put the hat on Clint Trickett.
Mikael Thompson, you're going to circle that play. You're going to use that play in coaching clinics across the country. That's a perfect form tackle in the open field to rally, drive your feet, and bring down the ball carrier.
You said you've heard a lot of ooh, kind of. Yeah.
That was an ooh hit.
That was an ooh hit. 4th and 4. Referees will jump in, and a flag is out inside the 10.
False start. Offense. Number 57.
Hankey.
5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Left tackle. He's had a rough day. And Trickett, I tell you, there's those last you saw Hankey, his expression, Trickett's expression, nothing. No momentum at all in this game.
Well, this is a team that's been battle-tested, has faced adversity all year long. They know how to play in these situations, and they beat themselves with penalties.
4th and 9. Trickett over the middle, incomplete. And Texas will have it. On downs. Malcolm Brown and blew it. Came in to pressure Trickett.
Well, 4th down, you know it's going to be a pass, and Malcolm Brown, number 90, uses a swim technique, gets in the backfield, and right when you need your big-time player to step up defensively, he steps up and makes a huge play, puts Trickett on his back. He isn't able to complete the pass. You can just see his body language. He looks defeated. He looks frustrated for a young man that's trying to do everything he can to keep his team in the games.
Impressive game for big number 90, Malcolm Brown. They hand the football back to their offense. Misdirection. 5-3. Touchdown, Gray. Flags are out as Charlie Strong's going to come out and try to separate a player or two. But on this night, Texas is back.
And they're back with their running game. When you see both coaching staffs on the field right now, the players are getting a little testy. They're getting fired up right now, and I'm sure they're sharing a few words that we probably can't share on air. But at the same time, you don't win with class.
After the play. After the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 9. That player is disqualified. Penalty being forced on the kickoff.
That's K.J. Dillon, the Spur linebacker.
And K.J. Dillon, I have a lot of respect for him. He flies around the football field, and I've highlighted him a number of times each week when we cover West Virginia. And right there, he probably has a selfish moment, gets a little bit carried away, and all of a sudden he's ejected. This team right now is obviously hurting and still licking their wounds. And this is going to be another tough loss for this West Virginia team.
Nick Rose will try the PAT. Dillon is being escorted away from Texas Memorial Stadium. Now Rose will try the PAT. 33-16. And picking his way for the touchdown. Gray scores for Texas. West Virginia, Ryan's got a heavy dose today of Brown and Gray. Toss in a little Foreman and Johnson. And it's another impressive ground game by the Longhorns.
We talked about it at the beginning of the game. This seemed to start finding their stride last week. They had their first 100-yard rusher last week in Malcolm Brown. They looked like a team with confidence, continuity up front with their offensive line, who's opening up big holes. They've done an excellent job today, and the running backs are taking full advantage of it.
Well, Texas ran for a season-high 241 last week against Texas Tech. Today, 226 against West Virginia. And again, around a rebuilt front line for the Longhorns. You bring a tackle, a defensive tackle over to play offense. You move a guard to center. You had to overcome injury. After that penalty, Rose is going to kick from the 50-yard line and forget it. That ball's about 20 rows up. He went over the top of Big Bertha. Hey, let's check out our Academy Sports and Outdoors Right Stuff player of the game. And you know what? You got to go Texas O-line.
You do. I mean, the way that they opened up holes for their running backs, and we've seen how these running backs have exploded through the holes and in impressive runs, but the game is won and lost up in the trenches. And the offensive line for Texas, they've done an excellent job protecting Swoops at the quarterback position, and they've done an extremely impressive job creating holes and being physical all game long in the ground game, in the run game.
Did not allow a sack on Swoops. Dreamer Smith gets the carry. Haynes comes up from the strong safety spot with the tackle. Clock's under 3 minutes. You know, if you look ahead, West Virginia has a bye, and then they take on Kansas State in a Thursday night broadcast on Fox Sports 1. Texas will take on Oklahoma State on the road next week. Trickett. That ball falls incomplete. Smallwood knocked down as Texas is gaining confidence, momentum, play-by-play.
And you can see these crowd are still into it. Another big hit by the defensive player for Texas. And they continue to dial things up. They continue to play with high intensity. Sometimes you see defenses relax in these situations. They're wasting no time. They're still playing at a high level.
Yeah, they've got it teed up on Trickett in West Virginia. 3rd down and 5. Pressure from the edge. They run it up the middle, first down as Dreamus Smith reaches past the 35-yard line. Coming up next, 18th ranked UCLA and Washington on Fox Sports 1. Just over 2 minutes left here in Austin. Kevin White. I think his progression, Ron's going to get him for a first down just past the 46-yard line.
And they've done a nice job all game, trying to find a way to get Kevin White the ball, but Texas has done an excellent job bottling him up. And when he catches it, they're right there to make a tackle.
Smith knocked down by Cobbs. White with 13 catches today, 104 yards. I don't know, Vance Bedford got to be happy with the way this Texas defense played today.
And we just saw him right there. He's still jumping around. He's still fired up. And like I said, I don't know if there's anybody who plays with more passion or coaches with more passion or bleeds more burnt orange than that coach in Vance Bedford.
Well, right there you saw, and it's late, obviously. A little soft maybe in the secondary by Texas, but Trickett teams up with White for that big play we've been waiting for.
They've been waiting for that play a long time, and the defense is playing. They're in a prevent situation, so you're going to see some of those holes open up in the passing game.
Smith on a handoff. Still playing hard as he throws his pads on Dalton Santos, and they're going to mark him at the 21-yard line. We got a player down. And that's 55. Santos, the junior out of Van, Texas. Backs up Edmond at the Mike, middle linebacker.
And you hope he's okay. And, right there, Texas's defense, talk about finishing strong. Offensively, they were able to move the ball, eat up the clock. Defensively, you got to get off the field and find a way to shut down West Virginia. You got to finish these games.
102.
Officials reset the play clock to 102. Trickett had a moment with Holgorsen. A game's out of reach, but I don't think any coach in America would tell you there's still not time to coach, no matter what the time or situation.
There's nothing like a live situation, and this is the best time to coach up your players and put them in situations to continue to enhance and sharpen their skills.
Trickett, middle of the field. Jordan Thompson makes the catch. Two Longhorns ride him down. That's a first down, so they stopped the clock to reset the chains, and now they wind it at 45. Trickett looks at the end zone, out of the pocket. Oh, in traffic. Put it between two Longhorns to Kevin White, down inside the 10-yard line. What a day for White. Second down 3. Smith.
The ball came out.
I didn't hear a whistle, and now they jump in at the 2.5-yard line.
Texas is still trying to lay the wood out there, and Dreamus Smith trying to get a touchdown. The ball popped out, but they were able to fall back on top of it.
Pushing. Did he break the plane? Kevin White reached out. 3 seconds. That's it. Clock runs out in Austin. 23rd ranked West Virginia upended by Texas. For Ryan Neese, this is Craig Bullerjack wishing you a good night from Austin, Texas, where once again the final score, Longhorns 33 and West Virginia 16. You've been watching Fox Sports 1 College Football, presented by Kay Jewelers. Now let's get you out to UCLA and Washington. Tim Brando and Brady Quinn on the call.